的，现场的各位，欢迎来到2017到18赛季国际登联攀冰世界杯中国哈速海战的比赛现场。Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup Hohhot China Stop。我们今天上午即将开始的是男子、女子难度半决赛。The lead semifinal will start in several minutes.
Good morning, dear ladies and gentlemen. Welcome you all to 2017 to 2018 the UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup here in Hohhot, China. Throughout the qualification round of a male and a female lead qualification, we have totally 36, 18 female and 18 male get into today's semi-final. Who can get into the final? We only have totally 16 athletes. We shall see. Be strong, athlete.
好，这个但各位不要觉得奇怪啊，因为今天我们的第一线团队雷锋大哥，也就是我们这个岩壁上的所有支点的啊，所有大型支点的提供商，这是咱们的非常强大的第一线团队。雷锋大哥今天是同样也是我们的一个非常著名的解说，今天也是闲暇之余来到我们的解说台里和我们一起热闹热闹啊，确实。
其实一点都不闲
啊，对，咱们昨晚。一直工作到几点？
是工作到今天早上凌晨的4点半。
工作到今天哈，就是为了
回去洗了个脸，穿了个衣服，啊，就直接来到现场。
呵，
所以说现在还是半睡半醒的状态。
那真是和战斗民族工作就变成战斗民族了。
这个我们一定要超越战斗民族。
好，那咱们今天的这些所有线路，我们也看到和昨天有非常大的区别啊。
哎，没错。
但是咱们看到，那左边就是女子的半决赛线路，
是的，
右边是男子的半决赛线路，而且好像咱们半决赛就一个组别就只有一条线路。
是的，
那么所有的男子或者是女子运动员就在各自的性别上的这个线路上进行攀登。好，那么男子、女子进入到半决赛的运动员各有18位，那么在18位中只会在产生前8位进入到决赛，所以说竞争非常的激烈。那么我们通过名单看到。在我们的世界排名非常靠前的多位运动员，昨天的表现也是非常的好。在女子组方面，我们还是值得一提的，昨天的参加运动员宣誓的运动员代表来自俄罗斯的玛利亚，也是以预赛排名第1位的身份，
是的，
今天最后一位出场。
这位运动员也是去年在我们北京举行的我们中国第一站的世界杯攀冰比赛上取得了冠军。
是的。那么同时我们也看到前一场意大利站的难度冠军来自伊朗的穆罕默迪雷萨，我们也将排在男子的最后一位出场。
好的，我们的运动员出场了，让我们首先来欢迎一下。
Good morning, folks, and welcome to Hohhot in Inner Mongolia. My name is Liam Lonsdale, and we are live for the men's and women's lead semi-finals here in this 2018 UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup, brought to you by the North Face. More than 50 athletes made the journey out here to Inner Mongolia, and of those athletes, 18 men and 18 women qualified yesterday. Of those athletes, 18 men and 18 women qualified in challenging conditions. Temperatures were in the region of -20 Celsius with added wind chill as well. First two athletes are joining us on the structure already. As the athletes get going, let's take a quick look at the men's start list. On your screen now is David Buffard of Canada. He'll be followed by Masato Nakajima of Japan, Aaron Montgomery of the USA, Dennis Van Hoek of the Netherlands, Yutaka Shimada of Japan, Kevin Lindley of the USA, Gordon MacArthur of Canada, Sergei Tarasov of Russia, Tapio Alonso of Finland, Nathan Kutcher of Canada, Nikolai Kuzovlev of Russia, Jungyeon Lee of Korea, Maxim Tomilov of Russia, Noah Baek of Canada, Dmitry Gorbanikov of Russia, Alexei Dengin, Alexei Tomilov, both of Russia, and first place qualifier, last week's gold medalist Mohammad Reza Safdarian of Iran. So there is David Buffard of Canada. Bit of a surprise for him to qualify. Excellent work from him. He's been training super hard for the last 12 months. This is his first ever World Cup semi-finals. Very excited to see how he does here in Hohhot. So there he goes, looking solid to start. Moving up towards clip number 2. Climbed very aggressively yesterday, attacked the route, just snuck in that 18th place. Of course, we're climbing in reverse order here, which means that the 18th place qualifier climbs first. Kicking in very strong to get this men's semi-finals route off to a strong start. If you are joining us in the western part of Europe, then a very good morning or good night. Late in the day for you guys. We're 8 hours ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. You can see there the climbers have 8 minutes to climb here. David Buffard has 5 minutes. You see him hooked around that left-hand side of the NEC volume. Just struggling with his foot placement, taking a shake. Really has nothing to lose here, so it's in his interest to be aggressive and attack it. 4 minutes, 37 seconds left on the clock for David Buffard. The young Québécois athlete competed for the first time last year in Saspé. That was his first international. He also competed in Durango, only in the speed competition there. You can see the yellow hold that he's going to. Looks like an Intellect hold. Intellect, of course, the brand of hold. A resin casing with a metal plate. Has tiny drilled placements in it. Big lock, just misses it. Really needs to lock that left hand down. Looks like he needs to place that as an undercut, possibly, to get the most out of that hold. Still missing it. Definitely needs to turn that hand round. That's going to be a challenging position. One of the difficult things here is getting tunnel vision during the route. Let's see if you can read this correctly. This is, of course, the first climber that we've seen on the wall this morning. Just short again. And that's David Buffard's attempt over as he pops off. Tyre in there. And that marks the end of David Buffard's first ever semi-finals in a World Cup. So let's take a look at the women's start list. can see there Kendra Stritch of the USA qualifies for her first semi-final of the season, followed by Elena Kochegarova of Russia, Zoria Abdullakhani of Iran, Rebecca Lewis of Canada, Katarina Kosheva of Russia, Anastasia Zazdravnik of Russia, Olga Kozak of Poland, Marianne van der Steen of the Netherlands, and Dajda Galyamova of Russia. Ineka Reibergen qualifies of Canada, Henny Bertling of Finland qualifies, Emma McSwiggan of Ireland, Mira Alfonso of Finland, Mariam Filipova of Russia, Wunseon Shin of Korea. The top three athletes, Maria Edler, Ekaterina Vlasova and Maria Telekonina, all of Russia, here in the women's semi-finals. Ladies qualified first yesterday in the sunlight. It was down to the men to qualify in the dark. Very, very cold for the guys yesterday. There were some problems with the heaters in isolation. I can tell you that there's no problems with the heaters in the broadcast suite this morning. The crew are sat shirtless. It is hot. I have a fire, a large fire built behind me. Health and safety regulations in Inner Mongolia, seemingly non-existent. There is number 64, Elena Kochegarova. We have got the athletes climbing simultaneously here, and we are at the mercy of the Chinese broadcast crew. The Chinese team are operating cameras, so we can only show you what we see. We have no control over that. So apologies if you were tuning in to watch Kendra this morning. Elena Kochegarova in her first World Cup of the season. Seems to have some sort of tape hanging off her shoe there. Hopefully that won't cause her any problems. Reaches over with the left hand there to those Chinese holds that we saw last year for the first time in Beijing. They are angle grind shaped granite blocks, I believe, mounted onto resin. If you are joining us this morning, we'll do our best to check social media as and when we can, but it's not always possible in China due to the internet outbound and inbound restrictions. But do get involved in the conversation nevertheless. Use that hashtag UIAA ice climbing. You can also drop us a comment on YouTube, and you can also drop us a comment on the Facebook chat box as well. If we do get a chance to see it, then we will answer them. We'll give you the shout outs that we can. And of course you can contact me directly using Instagram or Facebook. Use that tag at Liam Lonsdale. You should find me. Let us know where you're tuning in from, who you are cheering for. What's the weather like where you are? You can see it's a sunshiny day here in Hohhot. But it's very, very cold. Somewhere in the region of -10 to -15 even in the sun. Elena Kochegarova at clip number 6 now. Possibly in the background you can hear the metal music. It's 24 hours of metal yesterday. Sounds like we're in for the same today as well. moving well up towards clip number 7. That backhand on the yellow hold above the NEC volume. The structure here is an arch, so it gradually gets steeper and steeper, starting vertical, eventually finishing much steeper. In fact, it goes to horizontal. Who's tuned in and where are you tuned in from? Let us know using Facebook or YouTube. Kochigorova reaching up to make clip number 7 off that poor placement on the left there. Seems to be handling it quite well. First comp of the season, first semi-final of the season, seemingly unfazed by both facts. Powerful move here off that right hand as she comes in with the left to match. Seth Cavers has tuned in. He's supporting Team Blueberry. 4 members of Team Blueberry qualified. In fact, 5 members of Team Blueberry qualified. Oh, that's Elena Kochigorova off. We'll have to see the replay there to see exactly what happened. Nelly Raybergen's tuned in, cheering in hashtag Team Blueberry as well. Dark, snowy, and -5 degrees Celsius in Smithers, British Columbia. Warm there compared to here. Seems crazy to say. So there is the structure in the middle of the grasslands. It's completely flat for miles around. And here is our next athlete in the men's competition. Masato Nakajima of Japan, wearing bib number 14. If you are tuned in and tuning in to watch the Canadian team, works out about right for the time difference, I think. We've already had David Buffard of Canada. We've still got Gordon MacArthur, Nathan Kutcher, Noah Bake, Rebecca Lewis, and Ineke Raybergen. Amazing work from all of Team Canada qualifying yesterday. Big Russian contingent too. Carl Raybergen's tuned in from Chilliwack, British Columbia. Good morning, Carl. Or rather, good afternoon. Local time here in Hohhot in Inner Mongolia is 10:20 a.m. Masato Nakajima moving well up that first section, already reaching clip number 7. Where the route really starts to kick back and steepen out. Big Stein for Masato Nakajima. Wow, that's a big old move there. If that's how it goes. He's the first person to get to this point so far. And that's Masato Nakajima's attempt over. Gretchen Rochelle's tuned in, or rather Gretchen Lindlow from Wisconsin, USA. She'll be cheering on the USA team. Kevin Lindlow is climbing later today. He qualified in 12th place. -10 over there in Wisconsin. About the same temperature as it is here in Hohhot. Masato Nakajima, tired and cold by the looks of things. So here's our next athlete on the left-hand side. From Iran, Zohre Abdolakhani. Austin Butler's tuned in, cheering on Team Blueberry. Good morning to everybody that is just tuning in, or rather good afternoon and good evening, depending where in the world you are. We're live from Hohhot in Inner Mongolia, China. My name's Liam Lonsdale, and you are watching the lead semi-finals of the men's and women's competition. Lots of Canadians tuned in this morning. Tia Yakimovic tuned in as well. Great to have so many Canadians tuned in from the other side of the planet. Zohre Abdolakhani, the Iranian athlete, very pleased to make semi-finals today. She, of course, lives and trains in Korea. One of a number of athletes based out in Korea that trains on the Korean facilities with the Korean teams. Nice match there from Abdolakhani as she reaches up for that left-hand hold on the left of the start.
男子选手现在已经进行到了第3位，来自美国的选手蒙哥马利·阿伦选手，现在即将进行自己半决赛的攀爬。Come on, Aaron.
Zohre Abdolakhani moving from clip 7 towards clip 8.
今天第3位出场的选手，这位选手来自伊朗。
Needs to make a big reach up and right.
伊朗的女子选手081号在面对大家岩壁的左手边。
Lots of North Americans tuned in this morning. George and Kathy Gazier from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, cheering on Kevin as well. It seems the time difference is favourable for the North American territories this morning, or rather this afternoon for you guys. Oh, there's a fall from Zohre Abdolakhani. Shakes her head, knows that she's made a mistake there. Very frustrated.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup 2007.
What a shame.
2018.
Let's watch that again. You see the pick of... Oh! Such a shame on such a big hold. The head of the axe started to shake and she was out of there. No chance to recover. What a nightmare. You can see the disappointment on her face. And now we go over to the men's competition on the right-hand side of the wall. And that is the USA's Aaron Montgomery.
稍后即将开始我们的速度赛。那么速度赛的比拼的时间呢是下午的3点左右。那么请各位一定要注意啊，准时来到我们的场地观看今天。
He was super pleased with how he climbed yesterday.
男子、女子难度的半决赛还在进行当中。
Jenny Lindlow and Bella Thiessen tuned in from Delafield, Wisconsin. Lots of Kevin Lindlow fans this morning. Linda Suzadik as well. All of you are tuned in. Love this. If you are tuned in and enjoying the broadcast, then you can, of course, like and share it. Those buttons along the bottom of your screen, if you're tuned in on Facebook, allow you to give reactions. If you enjoy what you've seen, you can like or love heart it. Maybe you're shocked, you can give it a wow. Use those reactions. By doing so, you actually promote the broadcast to other people. The more reactions, the more shares that we get, the more people that see it can show more people this awesome sport of ice climbing. Aaron Montgomery of the USA there, moving up from clip 3. He climbed so well yesterday. We were talking at dinner. He said he just climbed confidently and aggressively. Was very, very pleased with how it went.
现在我们看到女子选手，现在又有下一位的选手啊，我们看到正在岩壁下方准备。另一边我们看到美国队的 Aaron 呢，攀爬的节奏啊，我们看到不是那么的紧凑啊，可能也是对自己的体力分配啊有自己的想法。Come on, Aaron.
So there's Aaron Montgomery.
我们看到 Aaron 呢，也是多次在尝试啊，把冰镐挂入到下一个岩点。
Big lock for that left hand. Hits it second time round. Awesome strength off the right hand for Aaron Montgomery. Brilliant work there. Carrying on that form of yesterday. Matt Hopkins is tuned in from Bozeman, Montana. Had a World Cup there back in 2015.
好的，女子选手又有下一位准备开始攀爬。Next female competitor, number 7077, Rebecca, representing Canada. Come on. 是的，那么我们看到下面女子选手即将攀爬。
Big lock
07号代表
with a fig 4 over the right hand.
Come on.
Aaron Montgomery now at clip 4, reaching that long traverse section. You make a couple. Oh no, he's popped! Aaron Montgomery just pops out of that undercut. Tiny, tiny holds. Lost the pressure through the picks and was out of there.
那我们看到啊，攀冰呢和我们平常大家了解的攀岩呢，
See that there as he was just adjusting. The right hand popped, the left hand couldn't stick it. He was out.
我们在进行的难度赛的部分，同样呢也是
Adam Thomas is tuned in from Buffalo, New York, also known as Extreme Southern Ontario. And there is a member of Team Blueberry, although she's not wearing the Blueberry kit. Only the Western provincial team have got the blue kit. The rest of the team opting for red. And that is, of course, Rebecca Lewis, in bib number 77 at clip number 4 already.
再次提醒大家一下，现在我们看到2017到2018赛季国际登联攀冰世界杯中国哈索海站的比赛，3天的比赛，今天已经是第2天。那么今天呢，除了我们的难度赛将要进行到现在看到的半决赛之外，那么我们的速度赛终于会揭开它神秘的面纱，到底在冰壁上面进行速度的攀冰攀爬，和我们的这个难度攀爬，感觉会有什么不一样？各位
，Seth Cavers remembers teaching No to Lead back in 2018. I think that might be a typo. Unless he's literally just started to lead belay. Rebecca Lewis just checking that hold out. This is her first World Cup of the season, well, not her first competition. Rebecca and Nathan Kutcher were in UIAA when Nathan won.
好的，那么我们的男子选手下一位啊，跟刚刚的
That's clip number 5 made with 4:57 left on the clock.
非常消瘦，这个四肢的这个很长。
Big lock with the right hand.
看到是 Dennis， 加油 Dennis，next male competitor number 005 Dennis，come on。
Matches in on that left hand
半决赛的现场
to make number 6.
可以感觉到，经过了昨天的比拼，那么我们的选手们呢已经进行了一轮的筛选。虽然呢，在我们这一次的比赛中啊，有来自世界各地20多个国家、80多位运动员。那么现在看到呢，已经是他们其中的18位佼佼者
Moving tentatively now
决赛的比拼。
On that, holding the left side of the blue triangle.
这一次的攀爬决定到底有哪些选手可以进入到
Places the left tool in the start.
所以说呢，对于每位
Tiny placements on these holds.
是他们最后一次的攀爬，在这一次的比赛中，那么每位选手呢，在攀爬时一定都会是拼尽自己的全力。选手们加油！
If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome to Hohhot in Inner Mongolia, an autonomous region of China. You're watching Rebecca Lewis of Canada on her women's semi-final route. Men and women are climbing simultaneously this morning. We'll do our very best to show you as much action as we can, but the cameras and the mix, i.e. what you see at home, is decided by our Chinese production crew. So we'll give you whatever action we can as and when. I'll try and keep you up to date with everything. Well, unfortunately, I can't see what's going on either. We're in a yurt located about 100 meters from the structure. In that yurt, there's about 15 people, a lot of Chinese men, and then the UIAA production crew, myself, with Rito Indabitson, who's in charge of the wonderful graphics, and Alex Pone, who masters the scores. We're shirtless this morning because the fire in here is something quite extraordinary. I'm here, of course, as well. My name is Liam Lonsdale. I'll be here for the rest of the season as well. Hopefully not in this yurt because it's warm. It's like being in a sauna. I was missing my sauna time, but I tell you what, we're not short of it in this yurt. You can get in touch with us by dropping a comment in YouTube or on Facebook, and we'll do our best to respond when we can. Of course, there are some limits into what we can see due to the Chinese restrictions, and you can get in touch on the conversation as well using that hashtag UIAA ice climbing. Rebecca Lewis at clip number 8 now, looking really confident. 1 minute 50 on the clock, opting for a slow and steady approach. No trouble with the lock off that left stein. Places the right tool very simply, very easily. Andy Ostash asks, what's the funky leg move called? We call those figure 4s or fig 9s, depending on which arm and leg crosses over. So for example, if the left leg goes over the right arm, or the right leg goes over the left arm, so opposites, then we call those figure 4s. If the left leg goes over the left arm, or the right leg over the right arm, so same leg to same side, then we call those figure 9s. The athletes will use those for a number of reasons. Figure 4s and figure 9s allow you to move through steep terrain whilst keeping the core high, the centre of gravity a little bit more stable. They also put a lot of downward force through the tools. So in imprecise or delicate movements where the athletes need to keep pressure through the tool, you'll often see them using figure 4s to keep that pressure. Rebecca Lewis with a big lock off that left hand. 23 seconds on the clock. Good morning to Scott and Debbie Hayes, who are cheering in from Dusman, Wisconsin. 14 seconds remain for Rebecca Lewis.
真的是非常的厉害啊！我觉得这个 看不出来啊，这个雷锋平常嘻嘻哈哈的，这个到关键的时候这么的老爷们儿，这个
And that's time up for Rebecca Lewis.
非常闷热的，相当于从昨天。
We'll switch over to the men's competition now.
女将特别好，技术也很有实力。可能就是和我相比了，颜值差了一点。
哎，确实不错啊。就是说，现场的各位啊，就是在大家没有看到的地方，有这么多的。
Current rankings, of course, Rebecca Lewis hasn't got on there yet. But you can see Kendra Stritch, Elena Kuchigarova, and Zora Abdulakhani have climbed already. And there, in the orange trousers and orange helmet, is Dennis van Hoek of the Netherlands. Just trying to place that left hand. There it is, the Stein. The athletes moving quickly, not just because it's a time limit, but also because they are absolutely freezing. He's got 2 minutes left on the clock.
丹尼斯现在呢还在岩壁上面的攀爬，我们看到丹尼斯这一把的攀爬还有不到2分钟的时间了。
Big move off the right hand Stein. Oof, misses it first time. Misses it second time. Gives himself a second to shake.
过程中啊，其实手拿冰镐经常会感觉到比较酸胀。是大幅度的动作做多了，除了保证身体的平衡，还要去保证自己出手的准确性。那比如接下来这样一个蓝色支点上有一个红色的支点，需要把握。
Oh, just struggling to hit that there. There he goes, 4th time lucky.
这2个点之间的距离非常的远。
Just getting that momentum and the timing properly correct. As he passes clip number 7.
把手拿出来鼓掌，但是咱们运动员做出这样的动作，一定是非常辛苦的，一定要给他加油鼓劲，大声的尖叫，对啊。
好，我们听到这边的他的这个队友也在跟他讲 ，Dennis one more minute 啊，也是在告诉他还有剩最后1分钟的时间。
8分钟的时间要尽可能让自己的高
啊，我觉得8分钟时间很快就结束了。
刚刚开始聊天的时候6分钟，
开始聊天的
一看还有45秒
啊，看一下他能够怎么样利用这最后的不到1分钟的时间。Go Dennis go！ 看来是准备做一个大幅度的摆刀的动作，出手了。
Awesome work there, Dennis Hook. Managing to hit that hold again, creating some great momentum with the left hand. Clock ticking down now from 30 seconds. Makes clip number 8. Hits the hold by clip number 9. He's probably going to have time to make that clip. He knows the clock's running down. There's the clip. Awesome work. That's the high point.
非常重要的点就是我们的运动员挂快挂所在的数字越高，他的成绩就越好。一定要记得。
Hits the hold by 9, and that's time up. Awesome work from Dennis Hook. Happy, but knows that he probably needs to have done more to make finals. But awesome work nonetheless. Now, tuning in from Bozeman, Montana, my favorite blue-eyed judge, Dirk Tyler. Good afternoon, Dirk, and good morning from Hohhot here in Inner Mongolia. If you were watching the broadcast in Rabenstein last week, we've seen Dirk making an appearance. He did a great job. Great job.
079号俄罗斯队的卡塔琳娜终于出场了。
其实刚刚我看了一下，仔细看了名单，发现我们名单中有很多八卦啊，非常可以聊的，像比如说，咱们现在的男，
你的一颗熊熊燃烧的八卦之心又开始了。咱们的
男子选手，在前6，咱们的
Dirk, we hope you're enjoying the broadcast, so make sure you drop us a little message, drop us a comment. Tell us if you're enjoying yourself. On the screen now. From Russia. Normally used to seeing her in the speed competitions. Here she is in the semi-finals of the lead competition. Ekaterina Kosheva.
丈夫的信，你说你是有多八卦才会注意到这些细节？
这样，咱们的女子的排名第1位的昨天宣誓的运动员玛利亚，她的
俄罗斯嘛，
结婚了她进了决赛，她老公没有进决赛，没有进到半决赛。
好， 所以
Koshieva's 23 years old.
兄弟姐妹，然后夫妻共同战斗的一个赛场，是吧？
潘斌也是一个适合大家
Very
开展
talented
的运动
athlete.
好，来 ，Ladies and gentlemen, you're now watching UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup 2017 to 2018. Right now, you are watching men and women lead semifinals. 是的，我们的2017到2018赛季国际登联攀冰世界杯中国哈素海站的比赛进入到了第2天。那么，经过了昨天的激烈的比拼，来自全世界20多个国家80多位选手，最终选出了我们看到18位男子以及18位女子选手，进入到现在我们正在进行当中的男子以及女子的难度半决赛。
是的，那么在这36位选手中，也只会有男子、女子各8位，就是总共前16他们的。
Kosheva placed joint 17th in Sazfei
也就是说，一个
just a couple of weeks ago.
咱们可以大概说，可能要筛掉10个人。
Placed 19th in Beijing last year.
好的，那么我们看到这边俄罗斯队的卡特琳娜，卡特琳娜的这个个子不高啊。
是的。其实女子选手，好像据我观察，个子高的不是太多啊。之前出场的第2位俄罗斯的选手呢，那么他就是相对个子比较高的选手。待会儿我们会看到，还有一些选手确实臂展也是非常长，爬起来会相对其他女子选手有优势啊。
是的，好
的。那么我们看男子选手 ，Let's welcome Shimada Yutaka from Japan。
是的，那我们看到现在呢是来自日本的 Yukata 选手，现在的男子选手在。男子半决赛的线路上面
Tentatively moving around that volume over there at clip number 5. Makes clip number 6. Has to lock that hold down that she's got with the right hand at the moment. Make that very precise placement on the left-hand side of the start.
已经开始了攀爬，这边女子选手卡特琳娜攀爬的节奏非常的稳，我们看到啊，现在已经开始起步，持续的向岩壁发起了冲击。再次提醒一下现场的各位，今天下午将会有非常激烈，在我们的速度赛道啊。速度的攀冰的速度赛将会揭开帷幕，所以各位今天全天的时间，包括明天，一定要持续关注我们的比赛现场。那么也有观众在问呢，说，这次的比赛的直播的网址是多少？那么提醒大家一下，那么从昨天开始，我们的信号呢已经开始进行录播啊，稍后呢会剪辑成精彩的比赛的整个的内容啊，一起来到这个我们的电视台上面播放。看一下这边，女子选手玛利亚，加油
Tricky move now off that left-hand placement to get the hold just by clip number 7. We saw Zora Abdulkhani just pop off this next move. So much tension required from Katerina Kosheva. She makes that move to the hold where Abdulkhani fell. So Kosheva shaking out there in that Stein position at clip number 8. Big lock with the left hand to hit the hold with the right.
那么看得出来，这是一位非常有经验的选手啊。在简单的这个线路简单的位置呢，保持体力；在线路难度高的地方啊，加速通过，这是一个非常有效的策略。Come on。
In that figure four there over the right hand, just releases it to shake. Keeping the tension through the hold to make that tricky clip. You can see how it stabilizes the axe to allow it to clip in control.
日本选手呢是今天男子的第5位出场的选手。那么这18位男子和18位女子选手啊，是根据他们上一轮，也就是预赛的攀爬的情况，倒序出场。
Into the Fig 9, back to the Fig 4 with 1:20 on the clock.
那么我们也可以简单的理解为比赛越往后啊，就会越精彩。是的，干巴干巴的。好，我们看到这边卡特琳娜。 现在啊，卡特琳娜这个点，我们看到2个快挂之间的距离也是非常的远。感觉这个距离对她来说啊，有一点长。我们看到卡特琳娜准备用什么样的动作 ？Come on， 卡特琳娜！ 时间还有最后的10几秒钟，还在尝试当中，准备出手。哎呀，加油！拜拜。
And that's time up for Ekaterina Kosheva. She'll be followed by Anastasia Zdravnik of Russia. But before she climbs, we'll be switching over to the men's competition. If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome to Hohhot in Inner Mongolia. My name is Liam Lonsdale. I am your live stream commentator this morning, and of course for all the competitions here on the UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup. Competition is brought to you by our sponsor, the North Face Korea. We just saw Ekaterina Kosheva climbing in this semi-final. On your screen now, wearing bib number 13, is Yutaka Shimada. Those are the results as they stand. And there is that structure, the huge arch, the speed wall at the back in the centre, out in the middle of the grasslands here in Hohhot. And I know that you're impressed with my pronunciation of that at home. I know that you're thinking, Liam has got that dialed. I spent about 20 minutes with some of the locals yesterday learning the exact pronunciation. There was a lot of debate about how you would pronounce it, but I've been told that I now have it perfect, which is about the only pronunciation that I have perfect. So on your screen now, the USA's Kevin Lindlow. I know that he has got a huge fan club tuned in from the US. A lot of family and friends watching. Pavel Shabalin there, president of the jury, the judges in the black jacket. Wei Chi Huang there in the white helmet. Kevin ties in. He's just putting his jacket on. Looks like something's happening briefly.
现在我们看到另一位女子的选手啊，这位选手也是来自俄罗斯队072号阿纳斯塔西亚选手。那么现在即将开始进行攀爬。Next female competitor number 072, representing Russia, Anastasia. Давай， 是的，我们的女子选手已经开始了攀爬。
Just trying to work out exactly what's going on with Kevin there. 23-year-old American just being told to put his jacket back on. Dennis Van Herken, the orange jacket on the screen, seems to be looking for something. Everybody seems to be walking around looking for something.
如果您刚刚来到现场的话，再次提醒一下，现在您看到的是2017到2018赛季国际登联攀冰世界杯中国哈素海站的比赛现场。Ladies and gentlemen, this is 2017 and 2018 UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup. You're now watching men and women lead semifinals.
So I'm getting the information that it's actually a technical incident that has been called for the men. The women are still climbing, so hopefully we'll be able to get more of that. There we go. Bib number 72 is Anastasia Zdravnik of Russia. Zdravnik, 33 years old, trains out of St. Petersburg, Russia. Placed 13th in Sazfe.
好的，俄罗斯队的女子选手现在正在攀爬当中，加油！
Moving very quickly, 8 minutes to start on the clock. She's got 5:30 left as she hits clip number 6. Catalina's got in touch on Instagram to say that she's tuning in from Durango in a World Cup there last year. She's cheering on Kendra Strick, Jaron Montgomery and Kevin Lindlow. Kevin is currently back in isolation due to a technical incident. Hopefully we'll be able to get that sorted and get him back on soon, and hopefully we'll be able to see the action. As I've mentioned, the cameras are not controlled by our crew here. We're using a feed from the Chinese crew. So the pictures you see are controlled by them.
难度会增加的情况下，反而呢会这个尽量的增加自己的攀爬的节奏，那么也是为了能够节省体力啊。
是的，在那个大角度的区域消耗的越久，那么体能的消耗也就越大。
是的，
尽量快速通过。那么前面的直臂呢，要让自己动作尽可能简洁。所以待会儿在最后一位男子选手出场的时候，我们可以看到，待会儿他的攀爬节奏一定非常的快，
非常的快。
昨天在那2号线路和1号线路，
Shout out to Tao Feng, who's tuned in. Missing him this year. Keys Bakes tuned in, cheering on Team Blueberry. Noah Inika and Gord, of course, still to climb today, as is Nathan Kutcher. Anastasia Zdravnik in bib number 72 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Moving strong as she makes clip number 9. That tricky yellow hold. Just shaking out, trying to keep some warmth. So you can see there on the top left of the screen the provisional standings. Kendo Strich sits in 5th place. Elena Kochigarova in 4th, Zora Abdulakhani in 3rd, Rebecca Lewis in 2nd, and Ekaterina Kosheva in 1st. Anastasia Zazdravnik just shaking out, keeping some blood in her hands. Temperatures in the region of about -10 this morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a UIAA.
Earlier today it was in the region of -20 to -25. As the sun's come up, it's warmed up the area around the structure a little. Zazdravnik just struggling there with that placement. Just struggling to kick. 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. Big move off that right hand into the left hand. Backhand it almost looks like. Let's see if she can make that move work. She's really trying to keep the blood in her hands. Here she goes again with a big reach into the backhand. Misses it again. Hits it 3rd time. One minute left on the clock for Anastasia Zazdravnik.
现在我们看到这一位选手啊，刚刚也是一次尝试就非常稳定的把自己通过了这个点。
好的，做了一个对侧的膝挂肘啊，把自己的身位拿高一点。啊，甩甩手，手套
冷啊，
是，现在手上戴的是保暖的很薄的手套啊。
估计还是因为这个手充血是吧？还是因为这个原因？
你看，一直是使用这样的一个击拳在抓手指的击拳在抓握这个冰镐上的握把
啊，真的，哎呀，哎呀，啊！
好，做出了一个一个动作，
非常稳啊，
撬住了上方的。
The men's technical incident still underway. Trying to work out exactly what's happened. I believe there may be a broken hold. 3 seconds on the clock. 2, 1, and Anastasia Zazdravnik times out at clip number 10.
时间到。 好的，让我们来看一下这一边男子选手。现在下一位已经开始。
For all those tuned in to watch Kevin Lindlow of the USA, who's currently back in isolation. There has been a technical incident before he started climbing.
Representing USA, number 018.
And so you can now see on the right-hand side of that structure, number 18 of the USA, 23-year-old Kevin Lindlow. All those tuned in the States, there he is. Now comes your time to support him. Make sure you hit that love button. And make sure you shout at that screen nice and loud. Give him all the support that you can. Matched in on the hold at the first clip. Reaches in. Looks a little tentative in this first instance. Makes the placement above clip number 2.
Come on, Kevin.
And there it is. Clip number 2 made. Gets into that awkward hook position with the left, just readjusting. Smart move going into that as a backhand. placing it as an undercut as well, so that you'll be able to lean away from it, power upwards. Makes clip number 3. Now check out this move. It's a big move for the men here. Kevin's placed that axe in exactly the right orientation to give him the best chance of hitting it. Gives a quick shake. Stands up. Nice and aggressive. Misses it first time. Keeping that axe steady. Hits it second time. Excellent work there from Kevin. Matches in on that intellect hold. You see the metal plate with those tiny drilled divots. Kicks in. Come on, Kevin. Makes clip number 4.
From Poland. Welcome.
Men's provisional standings, David Buffard of Canada sits in 5th, Aaron Montgomery of the USA in 4th, Masato Nakajima in 3rd, Yutaka Shimada in 2nd, and Dennis Hook currently sits in 1st. You're watching Kevin Lindlow climb. Oh, and he hits it. Good work there. Moving past clip number 4 now. Great fig 4 with the left hand. Places that right hand as an undercut. Kicks in hard to change that centre of gravity. Shift his body weight to the right. Another strong move, looking really composed, and he's passing the high point that Aaron Montgomery had set. That's clip number 5.
Come on, Kevin, come on!
Match is in on the top of that volume. Just checking out that hold with his hand first. .326 on the clock for Kevin Lindlow as he approaches clip number 6. Next move is up to that golf ball hold on top of the NEC triangle. Hits it, moving really well. Climbing very confidently with 3 minutes left on the clock. Needs to keep the pace. Awesome work off the golf ball into that left-hand stein. Kevin Lindlow now keeping the court tight, kicking in hard, leaning back off those tools as this route steepens out. Further you go up the arch, the steeper the route becomes. If you are just joining us, a very, very warm welcome to Hohhot in Inner Mongolia. My name's Liam Lonsdale, and you are watching the men's semi-final. Kevin Lindlow climbing. We're switching between the men's and women's competitions, alternating as and when we can. Kevin, the 23-year-old American from Wisconsin, looking very strong right now. Big reach off that left hand, just misses it first time with the right. Shakes out, trying to keep blood in the hands and pump out of the forearm. Oh, just misses it again, second time. Hits it third time. Awesome work. Didn't quite hit the placement, but then readjusted to make it. Brilliant work there from Kevin Lindlow. Just trying to sort himself out. Almost dropped his axe. Shaking out with both hands with less than a minute to go now. Big pop-up with the right hand. Just misses it. Oh, come on. Needs that. Needs it. Oh, come on, Kevin. Yes, hits the hole with the right hand in the left-hand side. If he can make clip 9, that'll put him tied for clips with Dennis van Hoek of the Netherlands. He's got some good disco leg going on there in the left. 30 seconds remain on the clock. Kevin Lindlow of Wisconsin just into that fig 4. Back into the fig 9 over the left hand. Come on, Kevin, move. You've got 20 seconds into the 4. Oh, he's struggling with that backhand. 15 seconds now. Into the fig 4. Keeping composed. Hits the Stein as a backhand. 4 seconds remain. Kevin Lindlow of Wisconsin, USA, doing his country proud. Awesome work as he times out there and achieves a new high point in the men's competition. I believe that should put him into the current first place. A lot of climbers still to go, so expect that to change. But what an awesome effort there from the young American. Composed from the beginning, off that intellect hold, using that fig 4, read the sequence flawlessly. Excellent work indeed. Awesome work. Readjusting. There he is. Great job, Kevin. He's happy with that, and so he should be. Kevin, fans at home, what did you think of that? Did you enjoy Kevin's route? What was your high point of that? Climbed so well. Let us know what you thought of Kevin's performance. You can drop us a message in Facebook in the chat box. Same on YouTube as well. You can also join the conversation across all the social media platforms using the hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing. Why not contact me directly using @Liam Lonsdale. We'll do our best to check the posts, the comments, etc. on social media as and when we can. So on the left-hand side now, you can see women's athlete lining up to climb. But let's have a quick look at those provisional rankings. 5th place, Kendra Stritch of the USA. 4th place, Elena Kochagarova of Russia. 3rd place, Zora Abdullakhani of Iran. 2nd place, Rebecca Lewis of Canada. 1st place, Katerina Kusheva of Russia. There's Marianne van der Steen of the Netherlands. Her partner Dennis van Hoek's climbed already. We're waiting for the results, but he either sits in joint 1st or 2nd place with Kevin Lindlow of the USA. Tammy Yakimovic is tuned in to support Gordon MacArthur. Gordon will be our next athlete in the men's competition.
Welcome.
So Marianne van der Steen gets going now. 8 minutes on the clock for her. Her first semi-finals of the season.
female competitor number 065 representing Netherlands, Marianne 玛丽安妮选手代表河南出战。
So there's the updated provisional standings now. We have 2 athletes climbed and added to that. So Kendra Stritch now sits in 7th. Eleni Kochegorova in 6th. Zoraia Abdulakhani in 5th. Rebecca Lewis 4th. Katarina Kosheva in 3rd. And Anastasia Zazdravnik in 2nd. Olga Kozak of Poland taking the 1st position at the moment. Marianne van der Steen on the screen. We'll be looking to change that somewhat. Very good morning from Hohhot in Inner Mongolia. We're watching the men's and women's lead semi-final this morning, switching between the action on either side of this competition arch here in the grasslands.
看起来非常漂亮，其实有点点像那种郁金香的颜色哈，但是说郁金香没有花瓣朝下的。今年他们采用了新的队服，看起来非常漂亮。我们也看到赛场上很多运动员身
Makes the move to the left side of the start.
非常有趣的。有的运动员出场呢比较喜欢穿着稍微宽松一点，但是有很多运动员出场穿着非常紧的一些那种应该叫做紧身的功能衣、压缩服。
Very precise placement on that yellow hold there from Steen.
动作的话，就是一定要这个衣服很紧身啊，也是为了做这个动作。好的，那么我们看到现在065号荷兰队的选手玛丽安。
好，那么在男子线路上啊，其实我们看前面这段直臂了，因为相对难度其实。 如果说没有那种粗心大意的错误，那基本上没有问题。那么难度从我们来看一看，从第6号快挂开始，6、7、8、9这一串，其实几个连续的3个非常高的出手动作，以及
跨度很大。
第9把，第8到第9，我们最右侧的一个男子造型需要做一个膝挂肘，然后再进10，这一段其实是对运动员的要求是比较大，连续3个。 大幅度出手，身体要保持稳定，
没错，
很精确的敲进去。
好的，那么我们来看一下这个男子选手 Gordon。那么 Gordon 呢，现在他这条线路的攀爬的时间几乎已经用了一半了。我们感觉到这个攀爬。
Even up now, strong Marianne van der Steen towards clip number 8.
看到最终的表现。
确实，今天半决赛的线路，今天采访了几个运动员，像美国的那女孩，我刚刚就问她，我说，哎，今天感觉如何？ 他说比昨天难了，可能不止一个等级。所以爬起来，我们看
moving tentatively, but with 3 minutes and 35 seconds of the clock, she's still got plenty of time to match or beat the current high point.
今天早上第一次看到线路，比赛前用一定的时间来观察线路，规划自己的动作。其实没有带望远镜，真的是看不清楚点上面是什么造型，因为很多点都是我们的定线员在比赛前一天临时切割出来的形状。那么有一些干攀点上面是我们采用那种树脂等材料，环保那个材料说不出来名字了啊，配合着金属把它做成一体的。那么上面可能有效部位就只有2、3毫米的一个有效部位
啊。对，实际上从大屏幕上面我们已经基本上可以看到啊，就是我们的冰镐真是只有镐尖前面几毫米在高挂的这个点的有效的部位。
是的。那我们左侧。 和右侧大屏幕上现在给出的画面，也将是稍后过几天在央视进行录播的画面。那么同时，我们目前画面上的信号也是通过了。
So van der Steen now into the Stein with the left hand at clip number 8.
的网站 YouTube 上面进行同步的直播。
现在已经在国外可以看到了我们的比赛的直播了，是这样吗？
今天上午的难度半决赛
，cranking hard on the axe，
以及难度决赛都会有直播。
哎呀！ 哇，我们看到加拿大的 Gordon 非常的可惜啊。
那么可能按照这个成绩，想要进入前8
非常的有困难。 好的 ，Thank you Gordon，Thank you。
我们看女子选手现在是8进9的位置。
好的，那么我们现在看到女子选手，依然是荷兰的选手玛丽安。
Makes the placement on that very delicate right hand.
我们看到几些常见的手上动作，手上的握把的换把啊，以及我们
We saw Kosheva opting to use the Fig 4 on this move.
动作了，相对不是太多，但是需要
Steen
比较多的换把
much
的时候，
larger frame
运动员的对于线路的解读
can kick into the lower panels of the wall and keep the stability at the same time.
是非常吃力的。
对，其实调整的动作越多，我们感觉。
But there she goes for the Fig 4 regardless over that left hand. Reaches it with the right.
我们来看一下荷兰队的玛丽安。
We've seen a lot of climbers take that as a hook, but Van der Steen opting to place in the back of that granite hold.
怎么做？
Wow, that is a tricky position, but looks solid.
好，我们看到玛丽安呢，也是在这个上面做了一个
Matching in with the left hand as she flicks to the figure 9.
现场的各位观众，这个时候我们需要各位给一点注意力到男子线路上，因为今天在男子线路上即将出场的是咱们整场比赛年纪最大的一位运动员，来自俄罗斯的选手塞尔盖。
Back to the Fig 4 now.
Welcome, Sergey.
Big move here for that backhand, but can use those long arms to make it work.
如果没有记错，男子选手这位大叔今年是50多岁了。
哇，50多岁嘛
Come on, Mariana.
从他的背影真的看不出来啊。
Using that lower foot to push away, she hits it. Awesome work there by the Dutch climber. That will be time up for her, but excellent work making that move.
注意大屏幕，我们注意大屏幕，我们刚才的运动员通过一个膝挂手动作，现在
过去了啊，
后的2、1。
Still being allowed to climb at this point. Perhaps there was an issue with our clock.
虽然时间到了，他还不愿意停啊。
No, looks like she did time out. Oh, no.
对，他
为了保证安全，把这把快挂好之后，他需要离开岩壁。
安全。
Yeah, she did.
荷兰队玛丽安。
Great effort from Marianne van der Steen.
决赛的攀爬，女子难度半决赛后面还有
Solid work,
10位选手
using that Fig 4 to make that very tricky move. We'll see where that attempt puts her in the provisional standing shortly. And we'll hop over to the men's competition, where on the right-hand side of the wall, I'm going to guess wearing, bib number 22, it's Sergei Tarasov of Russia. If you are wanting to know the provisional scores, it's very easy to do. You can go onto the UIAA website, click on the link for ice climbing on there, and you can see live results as they happen. You can see where your favourite athlete stands at this moment in time. Tarasov, our oldest athlete on the circuit, and therefore the oldest athlete here in semi-finals, 51 years old. But still very strong, very skilled, and showing these young guns how to do it. Look at that, skipping holds. Just unnecessary, don't need to use the middle one. Tarasov showing them how it's done. Provisional men's standings there. In 7th place, David Buffard of Canada. 6th place, Aaron Montgomery of the USA. 5th place, Gordon MacArthur of Canada. 4th place is Masato Nakajima of Japan. 3rd place is Yutaka Shimada of Japan. Dennis Hook sits in 2nd. 23-year-old Wisconsin climber Kevin Lindlow sits in 1st place. If you are tuning in to watch certain athletes, as I mentioned earlier, we are very much at the mercy of the Chinese camera crew here. We have no control over the pictures that you see. We just do our best to bring you the commentary for the action as it happens, and the best information that we can. Unfortunately, we can't even see the competition structure. We're actually positioned in a yurt, traditional Mongolian tent, some 100 meters away from the structure. But if you are tuning in to see athletes, unfortunately it's potluck this morning. Tarasov using his hands there on that hold, a tricky placement. Opting to give it some rock climbing technique. Very good morning to Hyung Park, tuned in from South Korea. We'll be in Cheongsong next week for the competition. Hyung Park, current world champion and current world #1, taking a break this year, but he'll be in Cheongsong defending his gold medal and also making sure he's got a place on the team for next year. Tarasov reaching up high with that right hand. Deep block off the left. Definitely needs the tool in. He's the first and only person to opt to use the hand on that hold. A couple of people have tried it as he has now with the hook over. The way that we've seen it done most successfully is with the hook under, giving them the leverage to stand up off it and reach upwards to that yellow intellect hold. Hyung Park cheering on Sergei Tarasov, climber on the screen in bib number 22. Hasn't quite read this move correctly. As I said, he needs to flip the axe the other way round, switch it to an undercut. Starts as a backhand and then through the motion becomes an undercut. But instead he's opting to use his hands, and I don't think that's going to work. But he's tenacious, he's going to try nonetheless. There we go. Reads it right this time. Switches the axe to that undercut position. Now, watch the extra range of motion that that gives him. Stands high with the feet. Uses the biceps and the back muscles to stand it up. Engages core. Boom. Easily. Oh, he's just short of it, but that is the way to do it. Just needs to go a little bit more aggressively. The crowd cheering, divide, divide. Tarasov just coming up short there. The clock ticking as he works out this move at clip number 3. 1 minute 18 seconds left. Oh, he's so close. Less than a minute remains for Sergei the Albatross Tarasov. Places that undercut one more time. Just looking to find the best position. Kicks in hard. Gets those feet high. Locks it down. Big reach. Oh, and he's just not quite got the bicep power. Trying to swing off it, but still misses it. It's not a height issue for sure, because a couple of the other athletes that have made that move are shorter than Tarasov. The Russian route setters getting the better of him this morning. Vasily Terekin and Stanislav Lobzov are setters today. He's so close, but that's time up for Tarasov. No top today for the Albatross, and definitely no finals. Great effort from him. Your next athlete in the men's competition will be Tapio Alfonso of Finland. And over in the women's competition, we'll switch to see who's on the wall. But according to my listings, it should be Nadia Galyamova. You can see Russian teammate there, Elena Kochegarova, cheering on the Albatross. There's that structure. High on the left-hand side there. Nadia Galyamova of Russia at clip number 10. That's a high point for the women. We'll see if we can get a time update on that. But she's moving really well there at the 10th clip. Galyamova taking her first ever gold medal last week in Rabenstein in a speed competition. Oh, she's just in the back of the hold there. That, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, is an illegal placement, but we'll have to wait and see what the judges say. It's hard to see what else there is on that hold. Looks like that's the spot. Yeah, and she matches in on another part. 1 minute remaining for Galyamova. Reaches into that undercut with the right hand. Backhand as well. Very tricky movement, very difficult placement. A lot of pressure required, a lot of tension. Galyamova tackling it very well. 15 seconds on the clock. Will she make this next clip? Yes, she will. 3 seconds remain. And she tags the next hold. So that's time up for Galyamova. Awesome work there. Danielle Lalonde and Leslie Adams tuned in from various parts of the country of Canada, cheering on Team Blueberry. Next athlete on the women's route will be Ineke Raybergen. We can see on the right-hand side now, I believe, Tapio Alfonso. Yeah, that's him. Finnish athlete. Very pleased to see him in the semi-finals here.
from Finland. Welcome.
Tapio Hanswell, 35 years old, based out of the north of Finland. One of a fairly small community of very dedicated athletes. Finished 50th overall last year. This result here will definitely see him with a better ranking than that. His best result last year was 24th in Beijing. He placed 41st in Chamonix. The Finnish team been training very hard over the last 12 months.
From Canada.
Tapio Hanswell with 4 minutes and 26 seconds on the clock. Needs to pick up the pace. Three minutes 58 on the clock for Tapio Hanswell. Moving up to the right-hand side of that traverse on clip number 5. Big move now for an insecure hold to make the move up to clip number 6. High point this morning, just beyond clip number 9. Still a lot of work to do from Tapio Hanswell. Three minutes 14 on the clock. Into the Stein. Places the left tool over that golf ball. Needs to match that, lock it down, and into the Stein by clip 7. 2 minutes 45 on the clock. Matches it as a backhand and takes the right hand as a backhand.
是的，而我们的女子选手这边呢，现在已经是第10位出场，来自加拿大的艾尼克选手 ，female competitor Annick representing Canada. Annick representing Canada.
Go go go, Tapio go, come on. 那么接下来我们看到数字7向上，那么现在左手翘住了。 身前的支点，那么接下来齐将用一个非常大幅的动作去用一把镐挂住上方的支点。
好，那么这个动作啊，对于男子选手来说也是一个难点。看一下
Tapio Hanswell now with 1 minute 50 seconds to go. Big lock with that left hand, reaches up with the right to hit the left side of the volume.
动作非常的准确。
双手换一下冰镐。
Into the fig four.
的动作，也就是对侧的膝挂肘。获得数字更高的快冠，也就对运动员的成绩有更大的帮助。所以说，运动员会
1 minute 18 on the clock now.
把自己的
快挂挂进去。
Just shaking out, trying to stay composed, trying to keep some blood in the hands.
好，017号
Needs to make a big move with that right hand.
好漂亮！我们看到这两个动作连续出手都很精确。
好，
女子选手现在已经进行到9进10的位置。我们刚刚一个动作出手，接下来需要用左手撬住支点，出手也很准确。
Come on, Tapio. Reaches up with the right hand, hits the hold. Excellent work there with 35 seconds remaining. Needs to make this clip, and if he can take that left hand, then he'll be tied with Kevin Lindlow.
就是对于他的时间和体力来讲也是很大的挑战。
是的。
好，时间剩下还有不到半分钟。
对，还剩下最后的15秒了。我们可以通过大屏幕来观看他最后几步动作的攀登。
好，看一下，出手，非常的稳。
看一看是否能够。
2 seconds on the clock there for Tapio Alhonswo. He now sits in first place.
超出了关门时间，他的获得的点以及快挂都是微小的。
好的。
We'll see if we can get straight across to the girls.
芬兰017号完成了自己男子难度半决赛线路的攀爬。好，另一边女子选手。 Aniki， 那么也完成了自己的攀爬。
We're doing our very best to get the girls' competition on screen. We've got there. Oh no, guys, I'm so sorry. Oh, for the last minute, I promise you, when I wasn't on the broadcast, I was shouting, trying to get us to show Ineke Rehbergen. Oh, heartbreak.
好的，今天的比赛到现在。So
it looks like Ineke Rehbergen fell seemingly around the second position. So I think Ineke will be sitting around second place at the moment behind Nadia Galyamova. Apologies to all of those Team Canada fans that had tuned in to see that. As I've mentioned a few times, we here. That's myself and Rito and Alex. We are the UIAA broadcast team. We do not have control over the pitches. The Chinese are controlling a broadcast for themselves. For their own broadcast, they have their own commentators, etc. And we're kind of piggybacking off their show. So, yeah, sincere apologies. And we'll do our best to keep you on with the action as and when we can. Big hug to you all, is all I can say. Next climber there is Enni Bertling of Finland.
Wish you good luck.
是的，那么我们现在看到男子选手020号加拿大队的内森，那么现在也在岩壁下方冰壁的下方开始准备自己的攀爬。另一边的女子选手芬兰队的选手，那么也已经准备就绪准备开始攀爬。 女子选手是075号安妮选手 ，female competitor Annie representing Finland, number 075.
Enni Bertling there of Finland, her second semi-final of the season.
是的，芬兰队的女子选手安妮已经开始了自己的攀爬。
So Enni Bertling now from Helsinki, Finland, moving up past clip 3.
好的，我们看到这边加拿大的 Nathan 也是开始了自己的攀爬，男子选手020号。女子选手这边 Annie 的攀爬节奏非常的快，那么用了1分半钟的时间，现在呢已经起步啊，离这个地面已经有好几把快挂的距离。是的，再次挂入一把快挂，持续的向终点发起冲击。
Annie Bertling moving between 5 and 6.
没错，现场的各位，大家现在看到的依然是2017到2018赛季国际登联攀冰世界杯。
Moves to that very delicate placement on the left side of the start.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup.
Real tricky technical section here between clips 5 and 7 as it starts to get more powerful again. Setters Stanislav Lobzov and Vasily Terekin doing a great job changing the pace up this morning. The athletes really enjoying the setting from the qualifiers yesterday.
11位出场的选手，而男子选手 Nathan 呢是男子组第18位选手里面的第10位出场。
Provisional standings in the women's competition. Sitting in 10th place, Kendra Stritch of the USA. 9th place, Elena Kochegarova of Russia. Zora Abdullakhani in 8th from Iran. Rebecca Lewis of Canada in 7th. Katarina Kosheva of Russia in 6th. Marianne van der Steen of the Netherlands in 5th. Anastasia Zazdravnik in 4th. Olga Kozek of Poland in 3rd. Inika Rehbergen sits currently in 2nd place, as I thought. And 1st place is Nadia Galyamova. There are 7 more athletes following Annie Bertling. So Galyamova has guaranteed herself a place in the finals, I believe. Just making sure in my head, doing some quick maths. If Annie Bertling beats Galyamova, then Annie Bertling will make finals and Galyamova will not. If Annie falls off below Galyamova, then Galyamova is definitely in the finals. Inika Rehbergen sitting in the danger zone. She'll have to watch and wait to see how Ima McSwiggan, Mira Alhonswo, Marianne Filipova, Wunxian Shin, Maria Edler, Katarina Vlasova and Maria Tolokanina will do. And that will determine whether or not she stays and makes the final.
好，在这边呢，我们看到选手呢必须要做一个从左到右的横渡的动作。好的，目前为止非常的稳。下一步看一下，漂亮。是的，再次继续的挂入到快挂。那么挂入快挂呢，不光是一个提高了选手的这个成绩的动作，同样呢也是保护他们安全的一个动作。 选手在攀爬的时候也是要不断的挂入到快挂。雷森加油！加拿大的男子选手现在依然在冰壁上。那么我们从大屏幕上面现在看到的是女子选手，芬兰的安妮选手。好，安妮的攀爬啊，
Annie Bertling moving really well now at clip number 10. 3 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. She's going to move past 3rd position. And I think as she moves up to the next clip, she'll move into 1st position. Loads of time for Annie here.
好，各位啊，那么我们知道选手们的出场顺序呢是根据他们前一轮的名次倒序出场，越往后出场的选手啊，在前一轮的这个成绩。
Oh, but she's off. Just pops there, moving rightwards. Nightmare. She had so much time to go. You can see she's frustrated.
是的，我们看到 Annie 女子选手完成了。
Quite surprising that she popped there after looking so solid.
好，我们再来看一下大屏幕，哇，看到这边啊 ，Annie 刚刚这个冰镐啊勾挂的动作出现一点小小的失误，看一下，啊 ，Nathan 选手臂展非常的长，在这边顺利的又挂入到一把快挂，看一下接下来的动作 ，Nathan 准备怎么处理？ 时间还有不到3分钟的时间。
So on your screen now is Nathan Kutcher of Canada, wearing bib number 20.
我们看到啊，越往后面走，那么每一步啊，这个踢板都越来越重要，稳定住自己的重心。是的。好。那我们看到 Nathan 在这边呢，也是有了巨大的体力的消耗。
Big reach off that left hand, crossing over himself to make clip number 9. Canadian athlete coming off the back of a success in UIAA at the UIAA Ice Fest where he won. This is his first World Cup competition of the season with 3 comps in already. If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome to Hohhot in Inner Mongolia. My name's Liam Lonsdale. You're watching the men's and women's lead semi-final of the UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup, brought to you by the North Face Korea. Big kicks there from Nathan Kutcher as he leans away off that left hand. Cuts loose over that left hand into the fig 4. Rather, it's his right hand. Into all sorts of shapes here. Still with a minute to go. Makes clip number 10. Awesome work there from the Canadian. Less than a minute remaining. Fig 9. Just shaking out, catching his composure.
哇，从大屏幕上面看得很清楚啊！现在已经是整个人是个垂直的状态。
你看咱们来自加拿大的这位男子选手是第一个在第10把快挂完快挂之后，继续向后面进发。看到接下来的黄色支点需要敲住。
哇，非常
awesome work there. Off the left hand into the right hand Stein.
这个点太小了，一点点的这个凸起的部分，有效的位置非常非常的薄。
还剩下最后15秒。
好
，Let's see if he can make one more clip. Awesome work as he gets into the steepest section of the route, and 2 seconds remaining. He's not going to have time to clip number 11. That won't count, but I'm pretty sure that he will be in first place now. Good effort there from Nathan Kutcher of Canada. Holding that foot pop with no problem. Big reach in with that left hand. Solid work there from the UIAA Ice Fest 2018 winner.
Welcome.
Welcome.
那么伊朗队这一次呢，在女子选手上也有
There he is.
2位选手。
Up next in the women's competition, on the left-hand side and climbing already, is Ireland's Emma McSwiggan. Had a tricky start to the season in Sazfay, but made finals in Rabenstein last week. Should be looking to repeat that again here in Hohhot. Had a great season last year. Took a silver medal in Cheongsong. And also a bronze medal. Look at those provisional rankings. 8th place is Rebecca Lewis, Katerina Kosheva in 7th, Marianne van der Steen in 6th, Anastasia Zazdravnik in 5th, Olga Kozek in 4th, Annie Bertling in 3rd, Inika Raybergen in 2nd. And Nadia Galyamova of Russia sitting currently in first.
From Ireland. Trying her best. Wish you good luck.
Eamon now moving through to clip 8. 5 minutes on the clock.
那也就是说，这位女子选手啊，是爱尔兰唯一的一位进入到了这个我们看到半决赛的选手啊。
Now reaching that very delicate placement with the left hand. Switches into the fig 4, just like we saw Katerina Kosheva of Russia doing before. Makes clip 9. Leans away off that very, very difficult placement off that right hand. It looks like a big hold. There is no drilled pocket, no edge. It's a pure friction hold there.
好的，那么现在我们看到呢，男子18位选手现在已经是第11位选手，俄罗斯队的尼古拉选手现在出场，021号。
Into the fig 4 over that left hand. Great clipper for number 10. Reaches over herself. Very good morning to Megan tuning in from the USA. It's an international audience here at the UIAA. We've had people tuning in from all over the US and all over Europe. If you are watching online, then why not drop us a message in the comments box or the chat box on YouTube as well. Maybe you tuned in on the Olympic channel. A very warm welcome to our Olympic channel viewers. You can also get in on the conversation using the hashtag UIAA ice climbing. My name's Liam Lonsdale, and I will be with you for the duration here in Hohhot. You're watching the men's and women's lead semi-finals, and Emma McSwiggan climbing her way into first place, looking very strong indeed. Needs to make that clip at number 11. Excellent work from the Irish climber.
攀爬的节奏非常的快啊。
是的，现在还剩下接近2分半的时间。那么刚刚也听我们的内丰大哥说，这位女孩也是跟随着韩国一姐，也就是稍后即将出场的韩国女子运动员。
2 minutes 18 seconds remain for Emma McSwiggan as she hits the hold, just misses it. There's the placement, just by clip number 12, into the fig 4. Emma McSwiggan moving incredibly well here. She's in first place, and with only 6 athletes to follow, she's guaranteed a finals position. The provisional standings as they are: in 8th place Rebecca Lewis, 7th place Kosheva, 6th place Van der Steen, 5th place Zdravnik, 4th place Olga Kozek, 3rd place Bertling, 2nd place Raybergen, and 1st place Galyamova. Those athletes in the top 3 watching carefully, because they know all the athletes following have a chance of knocking them out of this competition. Only 8 climbers will qualify for the finals this tomorrow. Brilliant movement there from Emma McSwiggan, dynamically throwing into that figure 4. This huge arch in Hohhot, in the middle of the grasslands. Could be about to see its first top of the day. And actually, a first top from a woman. Not a single woman topped in the qualifiers yesterday. The wall made up of steel and also plywood. Those panels they kick into made from ply. And then each of the holds made of different materials. Polyethylene, polyurethane, some steel. And at some point later today, we'll be seeing ice barrels as well. Emma McSwiggan making clip 13, flicking into that right hand. She's got 44 seconds remaining. Ladies and gentlemen, Ireland's Emma McSwiggan is very close to making this top. She's not rushing it. Come on, Emma. Reaches over herself to make that clip. There's the clip. There's the match. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in this competition so far, we see a top, and Emma McSwiggan is absolutely delighted. And so she should be. Let's take a look at some of that action. A very composed, very strong performance there from the athlete. Big lean off that left hand. Guaranteed finals place here in Hohhot. Event coordinator Rob Ady there. And Taineema's not for it.
好了，那么看了半天女子运动员结果，我们忽视了男子选手。
好 ，excellent work from our Irish climber, based out of Korea, but from Northern Ireland, climbs for Mountaineering Island.
好，尼克莱到了这个地方，第10把快挂，为自己争取到了还有3分多钟的时间。
So now we switch over to the men's competition, and at clip number 10 is Nikolai Kuzovlev of Russia.
各位啊，在这个点上面呢，在他的右上方有一个黄色的点啊。刚刚我们看到
Nikolai had a great season last year, and he took the gold medal in Beijing. Of course, we're not in Beijing this year. We came out to the grasslands of Inner Mongolia, a autonomous territory of China, for the competition. But Nikolai will be looking to repeat that form again. 2 minutes 27 seconds on the clock for Kuzovlev. 35 years old. He's based out of Tyumen in Russia. Very strong climbing pedigree from that part of the world. If you follow the sport climbing competitions, Yulia Kaplina, the champion speed climber, is also from there. Kuzovlev, clipping number 11, now climbs into first place ahead of Nathan Kutcher with 1 minute 45 seconds on the clock. Pretty sure he's going to be in with a good chance of a top if he can just keep it together. Russian setting team Stanislav Lobzov and Vasily Terekin will be happy to see their route getting topped on both sides of the wall with consecutive athletes. And expect to see more of these tops now as we move into the top-ranked athletes. Of course, the climbers are competing in reverse order. So 18th place qualifiers climb first, first place qualifiers climb last. Kuzovlev qualified in 7th place yesterday. Let's take a look at those provisional standings. So, of course, Kuzovlev result hasn't been added. Currently sitting in 8th place will be Gordon MacArthur. In 7th place will be Masato Nakajima. For 6th place, this is challenging me here, these numbers with jet lag. Yutaka Shimada. 4th place, Dennis Van Hook. Oh, I'm just going to say what result. Oh, Rito, help me out, buddy. Let's see if we can get him again in a second. I tell you what, guys, jet lag and a 50-degree yurt, it's about 50 degrees Celsius in the broadcast yurt. We're all sat shirtless. It's like a sauna. I'm sure that's an image that you want at this time of the day. It's challenging. It's definitely challenging. Clip number 13 for Nikolai Kuzovlev as he moves towards the apex of this arch. 15 seconds remaining. And he pops off there just with 10 seconds to go. He's about to time out. Great effort from Kuzovlev. No top, but sits in a qualifying position for the finals here tomorrow.
我们刚刚聊过了一个八卦，我们说芬兰的2位运动员是同一个姓，那是因为他们是夫妻。那么我们的芬兰的男孩已经结束攀爬。
I can tell you that we'll be live with the finals tomorrow at 9:30 local time, AM of course. So if you're watching in England, take 8 hours off that, so it'll be 1:30 AM. And if you're watching anywhere else, I'll let you extrapolate for yourselves. If I can't read scores off a sheet, then I've no chance working out time zone differences. On your screen now, Mira Alhonswo from the north of Finland. Big lock off that left hand for these initial moves.
芬兰的米拉呢，也是今天的女子18位半决赛的选手，13位出场，也就是说赛道后面还有5位选手。
男子线路来自韩国的小伙子李永根 from Korea。
是的，韩国队的李永根，现在呢是男子第12位出场。
So Miriel Honsro now with 5 minutes 43 on the clock. Just moving out of that vertical section as it starts to begin overhanging. Moves up off that delicate placement to make clip 7. Can see the height there. Miriel Honsro, one of our taller competitors, stood in the volume to make that clip. Reaches around on that friction hold. No placement there to move up to the next move at clip 8.
现在我们大屏幕上面看到，还有4分钟多的攀爬的时间的这位女子选手，再次介绍，芬兰队的女子选手米拉。
Reaches up into the Stein at clip number 8. And up to that delicate hold on the top of the blue volume there. You see that yellow one. It's caused the athletes a couple of problems. A lot of stability required to stay tight on that hold without pick shift. Mira looking for the clock. Hopefully nobody's taking it away.
那么我们也是听到这个 UIAA 的本次比赛的我们的国际裁判呢，也是告诉我们运动员这个时间啊。实际上呢，我们看到运动员
Really nice work there, matching in on that hold. Look at that, using the height again, not even requiring that Fig 4 or Fig 9 that we saw from some of the other athletes. Solid again to clip number 9.
或者是在他做这个休息的时候，跟他讲一讲还剩下多长的时间。那比方说，现在我们看到韩国队的选手啊，现在男子选手用了2分钟的时间，爬到我们看到第4把快挂的位置。女子选手这边还有3分钟，第9把快挂。如果没有记错的话，这个我们的女子线路现在已经有1位完成了攀爬。
是的，女子线路只有1位选手目前登顶。
Big move there off the left hand, hits that no problem. We saw all sorts of different methods to hit that, but Mira's just using pure power and excellent strength at the moment. As I said earlier, the Finns have been training really hard over the last year. They have a structure now in Oulu. There'll be a European Cup there later this year.
攀冰世界杯的比赛现场，中国哈索海站3天的比赛，今天是第2天。今天上午大家现在看到的是男子以及女子难度的半决赛。在今天下午的3点，在我们同样的
holds that Fig 9 just to get a bit of respite before making the next moves. Needs to keep that pace up that she's had through the bottom part of the route.
现在已经进行到了第13位出场，男子是第12位出场，18位选手根据前一轮
into the Stein. Head of the axe pressed into the wall. Another big move now off that left hand, just misses it first time.
好，世界排名第1到世界排名第4的选手，男子选手现在都还没有出场呢，各位。好，我们来看一下女子选手米拉，芬兰的这位选手，现在在第10把快挂的位置啊，时间还有还有1分钟。
Hits it. Oh, just pops again. Really delicate placement, this one for Mira Alhonswo. Seen a couple of athletes struggling with that. There it is. Hits it third time lucky. Matches in with the left hand of the high grip of the tool. Reaches across for the backhand. Doesn't quite get the placement first time. Definitely feeling it now. Oh, she pops. Kicks the hand off the hold as she went for the figure 4. We'll have to see where that puts her in the provisional standings, but it was a great effort nonetheless. Boom. Really good effort there from Mira Alhonswo. She'll be pleased with that climb. I think we could have expected her to get a little bit further, you know. She's climbed so well yesterday in qualifiers. There's the men's provisional rankings. So sitting in the danger zone, Gordon MacArthur of Canada, Masato Nakajima of Japan, and Yutaka Shimada make up 7th and 6th. Dennis Hook of the Netherlands in 5th. Kevin Lindlow sits in 4th. 3rd place is Tapio Alhonswo. And we'll go to the action shortly. We'll go to the scores shortly, but we'll stick with the action. There is Korean athlete Youngyeon Lee. Made finals last week in Rabenstein. So there's the back end of those results. That's Tapio Alhonswo sitting in 3rd, Nathan Kutcher in 2nd, and Nikolai Kuzovlev in 1st. We have 5 more athletes to climb. So Nathan Kutcher is possibly in the finals, which is awesome for him. Psyched to see him in a World Cup finals. Tapio Alhonswo sits in the danger zone. Kevin Lindlow, assuming that the 5 climbers that are remaining climb past his high point, will not qualify sadly, but he will be in 9th place, which is an amazing result for him. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Nothing is guaranteed, nothing is decided. Youngyeon Lee moving really well at clip 10 here. 1 minute 23 seconds on the clock. He's passed Kevin Lindlow's high point. So that will see him at the moment in a provisional qualifying spot.
And now let's welcome the semi-finalist.
Big lock with that left hand. Cuts loose. Bosses that into the fig 4. Oh, and he's popped. Woohoo! Airtime there for Youngyeon Lee of South Korea. As I said, he's in a provisional position for the finals. He'll be tied, or just behind, in fact, I think, Nikolai Kuzovlev.
Oh, 在这边有一个摆荡。所以这个镐尖虽然只有几毫米，但是你一定要挂到有效的位置，挂得很稳，是吧？是这样。
是的，是的。
啊，好的。那么韩国的李永棍，那么也是完成了自己半决赛的线路的攀爬。这个成绩想进到8强有希望，但是要看后面的几位出场的选手给不给机会了。
如果没有记错的话，这位选手目前的成绩是比较靠前的，可能现在排在已经出场选手的前3位到4位的样子了。
但是你看后面还有5个人呐，而且世界排名前4的选手都还没有出场呢。
是的。
啊，男子竞争非常的激烈。好了，来女子这边 ，female competitor Marian representing Russia number 078 啊，算了，别说了。 脑子已经木了，我这简直是冻傻了。
冻的这叫什么？冻的嘴都已经成冰棍了。
对。然后刚刚我们的同事也说，你要不停的讲话，要不然你的舌头就要冻住了。所以我们不停的讲话。
你看就不能信他们这一套。一直讲话，你的舌头才会被冻。
哎，小罗，你玩了那个没有？就是他们说到北方来，就是千万不要舔这个裸露在外面的电线杆，是不是？金属的杆子，
我觉得我可能不至于这么蠢吧。但我昨天确实吃了冻橘子。
其实我悄悄的舔了一下我们这个麦克风，还真的有点被粘住的感觉。
你再舔一下我看看。
好，来我们来看一下大屏幕，现在显示的是 Marianne 来自俄罗斯的女子选手067号。
其实我们通过画面就可以看出来，那么第7号快挂上面这个支点的有效部位就很少，但是呢，
是的，
现在左手再往上走，进到下一个支点，那个快挂那个支点红色的上方的
很大
蓝色造型，红色支点相对就比较大。
对。
So on your screens now is Marianne Filipova of Russia. She's made every semi-final so far this season, showing great form, excellent consistency across each of the competitions.
好的，那么我们现在看到俄罗斯队的女子选手 Marianne 呢，还在攀爬当中，现在已经爬到了线路一半的位置啊。我们看一下她剩下来的时间，哇，她的攀爬的时间非常的快，用了还有才不到一半的时间。
4 minutes 20 left on the clock for Marianne Filipova.
国际裁判也好八卦呀，还专门跑过来说啊，我们
看来我要和他多聊一聊。
51岁，然后比赛比完了他就52岁了，就是他正好在这个赛季里面中间是他生日，就是谢尔盖。
所以说，其实我们的无论攀冰也好，还是攀岩运动也好
Looking really solid so far. Plenty of time on the clock as she's in that tricky position with the backhand. In that fig 4 over the right. Places the Stein. Very high feet there. Awesome work. Keeping that center of gravity close to the Stein. Leaning off it. Trying to get as much back as she can from that position. Look at that. So solid into that placement. She's definitely shorter than Mira Alhonswo, but she was so strong, using the shoulders and the core to build and then just reach that hold that she's in now with little effort and relative ease. Matches in on the left hand high grip. Getting ready to tackle this next move, which is another tricky move. You reach across into the underside of that football style volume, soccer for all you Americans. Has to place it as a backhand and then move over with the left.
比赛进行到现在，今天上午的比赛已经进行到了尾声。是的 ，Ladies and gentlemen, this is UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup. You now watch men and women reach semifinals. 那么男子和
Marianne Filipova with 2 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock. Starting to look a little bit more tired now.
女子选手是今天18位选手里面
Amazing power endurance from her. Just busting out hard move after hard move.
俄罗斯选手，那么Maxim 呢是现在我们看到是第13位出场006号。哎，我感觉啊，这个选手他要想完成线路的话，前面的攀爬节奏一定要很流畅才可以，对吧？
节奏啊，同时
就没
树立自己的自信。
Oh, Filipova's off.
哎呀，这边
That tricky move caught her out.
俄罗斯的 Marianne
是的，
没有把握住机会。
Marianne，这个
Let's just see what happened there. She had that. Oh, the right hand popped. There's not enough on that left hand for her to hold it.
不管怎么样，女子选手还有4位没有。
She's disappointed, you can see.
男子选手还有5位。
But I think she should have done enough. Now, from Marianne Filipova, we move over to the right-hand side of the structure to her husband, Maxim Tomilov. Of course, Maxim is one of the big names on this circuit, has been for a number of years. He's won multiple titles, very consistent performer. Hasn't had the season that he'd hoped for so far. His brother finished second last week in Rabenstein, taking a silver medal. As you can see straight away, Maxim Tomilov moving effortlessly up the wall. Excellent flow. Just not stopped by any of these moves at all, taking them all within his stride. 32-year-old Russian climber based out of Kirov. Took a silver medal in Sazfei. But after his glory years of taking almost consistent golds in 12, 14 and 2015 and 16, last year and this year without a gold to his name, he's looking to reset that balance. Tomilov just struggling for that reach for the right hand. I've seen a lot of athletes make that move fairly easily. Kevin Lindlow of the USA didn't trouble him. Tomilov, one of our taller athletes, just struggling to find the rest body position. Here we go. In the swing on the high grip with the left, hits it easily with the right. Just overcomplicating it with that figure four a few seconds ago. Two minutes 25 on the clock now. Clip number 9 made. Into the steepest part of the route. With every single move he makes, it gets steeper. Into that fig 9 on the right hand. Switches it to a fig 4 on the left. Now, Nikolai Kuzovlev and Nathan Kutcher both past this point. Young-Yeon Lee made that clip and then fell off in the next move. Tapio Honswo fell off just around this point. In fact, I think he timed out, if I remember correctly. Kevin Lindlow was just below here. Dennis Van Hoek was 2 moves below that. Maxim Tomilov is going to push all those guys 1 place down if he continues as he is doing. Looking so strong right now as he moves to the Stein. 1 minute and 3 seconds on the clock. Big move where we saw Young-Yeon Lee hit it and then fall shortly after. Tomilov kicks in hard as opposed to cutting loose. Excellent core strength. Match is in. Places that fig 4 in total control. 27 seconds on the clock. Five seconds remaining for Tomilov as he makes clip number 12. And that's time up for Maxim Tomilov. Great work there from the Russian. Certainly enough to see him through to the finals tomorrow. As I mentioned, we'll be live here with the finals tomorrow in Hohhot. We'll be live from 9:30 a.m. That's local time.
咱们这一次中国站结束之后，将在下一周我们的比赛前往韩国，
他就回老家了。
对，首尔附近，距离首尔附近几个小时车程的青松来进行世界杯的第4站。那么同时也是亚洲攀冰锦标赛的比赛，所以说我们看到
Shin now high on the structure, and you can see her in the left-hand side. Current world champion. Took the gold medal in Chamonix last year.
在赛场上看到他登顶之后做一个空翻下来的那个经典画面了。
好的，那么我们看到这边韩国队的女子选手啊，不愧是世界排名非常靠前的选手。我们看到攀爬的节奏非常的快，8分钟的时间用了不到一半，现在已经爬到了线路啊非常靠前的位置啊。
是的，用了3分30秒，现在已经进到了第10把快挂。
哇，非常的厉害！
距离最后的我们的 top 点呢，还剩下应该不到8米的距离。
是的。哈萨3米，哈萨。
Shin into that powerful right-hand backhand. 4 minutes left on the clock. She's absolutely flying. She's easily the fastest that we've seen up to this point. Matches in on the high grip with the right hand, freeing up the head of that axe into the undercut position. Takes the intellect hold with the left. Keeping that tension well as the foot popped ever so slightly. Switches in to the figure 4 over the right hand to make clip number 11. The structure here not dissimilar to that of the Cheongsong structure in South Korea. No surprise that the likes of Ima McSwiggan and Shin seemingly very at home here in Hohhot.
不管是从现在他攀爬的表现，还是他所剩的时间，对他来讲啊都非常有优势。好的，哎，刚刚我们看到3米这边调整了一下，
漂亮摇臂，来就这样，
准备出手了，出手了。
If you are tuned in online, then make sure you drop us a message or a comment in the chat box on Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget to share it when you can. And if you're enjoying what you see, then hit that like button or the reactions button on Facebook. You can use the hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing if you want to get involved in the conversation. And you can, of course, contact me directly using Facebook, Instagram and Twitter on @LiamLonsdale. It's a pleasure to be with you all here in Inner Mongolia today. Why don't you let us know where you're watching from if you haven't already, and who you're cheering for. Big right hand there for Shin. Kicks across into that figure 9 effortlessly. Just trusting those tools 100%. She reaches over into the fig 4 over the left hand. Places the backhand. Look at that, just below clip 13 in the top with over a minute and a half remaining. She'll top this ahead of Ima McSwiggan. I'm going to estimate about 30 seconds faster. One minute, 10 seconds remain. That is the last hold, so she's hit that with the right hand. She needs to make clip number 14 and then match the hold to be given the top. Very much a routine now for Shin. No panic. Reaches over, casual as you like. Makes the last clip. Match is in, and with 47 seconds to go, ladies and gentlemen, Shin sits in first place here at the 2018 UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup lead semi-finals, brought to you by the North Face. Look at this, so relaxed. Casual.
来，同时我们看到加拿大的 Noah， 那么现在呢爬到的是第5把快把。
其实这位男子选手目前今年的赛季积分排名。
So, provisional standings, of course, Shin will sit in first place, Eamon McSwiggan will be in second, Nadia Galyamova in third, Inika Rehbergen of Canada will be in fourth, Annie Bertling in fifth, Mariam Filipova in sixth, Mira Alhonswa in seventh, Olga Kozek in 8th, and Anastasia Zazdravnik sadly gets bumped out of those finals positions into 9th. Marianne van der Steen will be in 10th, Kosheva in 11th, Rebecca Lewis in 12th, Zora Abdulakhani in 13th, Elena Kochegarova in 14th, and Kendra Stritch will sit in 15th place. 3 more athletes, Masha Edler, Ekaterina Vlasova and Maria Tolokanina, left to climb. But for all you Team Blueberry fans out there, ladies and gentlemen, on your screens now at clip number 6 is Noah Bake, bib 001 of Canada. Noah placed first, Noah placed first in semi-finals, qualifiers, dear me. Noah did really well in Rabenstein. Jet lag getting the better of me again. Noah did really well in Rabenstein last week and qualified for the finals. Sadly, didn't quite have the finals he was hoping for, but he'll be looking to qualify again today. Put in a solid performance yesterday, qualifying in 5th place behind Grebenikov, Dengin, Tomilov and Safdarian. Those are the provisional standings. So, Japanese athlete Yutaka Shimada will be bumped down into 9th place. Dennis Van Hook in the danger zone. Kevin Lindlow 6th at the moment. Tapio Alfonso in 5th. Youngyeon Lee in 3rd, tied with Nathan Kutcher of Canada. Maxim Tomilov in 2nd behind his teammate Nikolai Kuzovlev, who sits in 1st. Noah Bake of Canada on your screen right now, 3 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. You can see the apex of the route ahead of him. Solid effort to make clip number 10. Just needs to stick with it, keep moving through these moves. Into the undercut, which turns into a Stein as he cranks off it with the right hand, switches to the left, goes back to a high grip with the right, reaches out with the left. Look at that, kicking in really aggressively and then into the figure 9. Needs to just keep it together now as he puts the 4 in. Makes clip 11. Now he makes clip 11. Into the fig 9, shaking, looking really good. Noah Bake at clip number 12 now, reaches up. Oh, he's so close. If he can make this next set of moves, well, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not jinxing him. He's got 1 minute 25 left. Let's see how he does. He hits the hold with the right. Needs to go over himself and then behind towards clip number 13. Crazy move here by Stanislav Lobsov and Vasily Terekin, our Russian setters. Matches him with the right. He's fully horizontal now as he places that left leg into the fig 4 position. Brilliant clip there from Noah Bake of Canada. Climbing so well, the youngster here. 52 seconds remaining. Come on, Noah. Tricky move here. It's like a reverse Stein. The head of the axe in position. Just hooked in on that. Oh, and he pops. The same position that we saw Nikolai Kuzovlev pop in. Catches his axe on the way down as well. Noah Bate climbs, I believe, into joint first place. We'll have to see how the judges score that, but that was exactly the point that Nikolai Kuzovlev fell. Noah Bate climbing so well. I'm hoping that Team Blueberry fans all saw that on the live broadcast. But Noah's just done his team and his country and his family very proud indeed. Aggressive style. Look at that, he's stoked. Awesome work from the young Canadian. Go and warm yourself up, lad. You have made it to finals here in Hohhot tomorrow. Watch that left hand.
现在您看到的依然是2017到2018年国际登联攀冰世界杯的比赛现场，中国哈素海战。那么3天的比赛，今天现在
So now on the left-hand side of the structure, you can see our next athlete in the women's competition, Masha Edler in bib number 73. Trains in Moscow with climber and her coach, Alexei Dengin. Dengin joined me last week in the finals broadcast. Awesome to have him by my side as a co-commentator, especially considering he won gold medal in Sazfei the week before.
Welcome, Maria, representing Russia. 那么同时我给大家介绍一下女子难度半决赛，后面3位选手都是俄罗斯队的选手，哇，非常强劲。
是的，在
男子也是一样，我们看到。
女子组方面，我们看到俄罗斯的选手在预赛中的表现非常好，
很抢眼。
男子组方面呢，我们确实
也是一样。
一位来自伊朗的队员现在占据了预赛第1位。
除了一位伊朗的这个意志独秀。
So Masha Edler in that Stein position at clip number 10. Plenty of time on the clock for her. She's wrapped up warm.
后面呢还有3位都是俄罗斯的。
Let's take a look at the provisional results in the women's competition so far. It says that McSwiggan sits in first, but I do feel like Wonseon Shin was significantly faster. Could be a slight scoring error there, or maybe I am just mistaken. Nevertheless, McSwiggan in first, Wonseon Shin in second, Nadia Galyamova in third, Inika Raybergen sits in fourth, Annie Bertling in fifth, Mira Alhonso in sixth, Mariam Filipova joint sixth, and Olga Kozak in eighth. That's your finalists. Now, we're watching Masha Edler, which means that there's only 2 athletes after her. 3 places down for Annie Bertling. We'll still keep her in 8th position. So that means that, unconfirmed, these are provisional results that I'm just doing in my head. Okay, I'm not the brightest. That means that Annie Bertling should qualify for the finals, and Canada's Inika Raybergen qualifies for her first ever International World Cup final. Nadia Galyamova, Ima McSwiggan and Wonseon Shin will also make up the rest of that lineup. And we'll have to wait and see if Masha Edler, Katerina Vlasova and Maria Tolokonina bump the others out. Very exciting stuff for Inika and Annie. Big lock off for that left hand. Easy work to make it at clip number 12. Matches in on the high grip. Bit of rope drag there. All this costing her time and energy, but it's no problem. I'm pretty sure with this next move that she'll be in a qualifying position. There it is. Awesome work. Cuts loose. Kicks in hard. Using the swing to gain some momentum. Oof, a little bit of pick shift there, but she managed to keep it under control. Well, you have to bear in mind, as these athletes, they're almost completely horizontal, so kicking into that wall requires a whole load of core tension. Very strong in the abs, in the back, and also in the legs. And of course, these climbers pack the guns as well, hauling themselves at the wall on these crazy moves, these tiny holds with their ice axes. 35 seconds on the clock for Masha Edler. It's going to be very tight for her if she wants to top this route. I'm not sure that she has enough time, but she's definitely in a qualifying position as she hits that Stein with the left hand. Head of the axe cranked into the wall. Hits the hold for the top, but falls. She wouldn't have had time to match anyway. Oh, and there's her axe, just to add insult to injury. Hit her on the way down. That body position looks like that of a cold person. Pretty sure that wasn't pain, other than that of hot aches. It's so cold out there. Watch that right hand tool. Pop! Oh, it was a hand that untied. Untied? Just lost her grip there. Yeah, she's cold. She's fine, just cold. Temperatures somewhere in the region of about minus 15 Celsius, which I think is about 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Now on the structure on the right-hand side of the wall, the giant, the man-mountain, the Siberian bear, Dmitry Grebennikov. Dmitry also qualified for finals last week in Rabenstein. He too didn't quite have the finish that he was hoping for. Very talented climber, only 26 years old. In fact, it was his birthday at the weekend. I think he's 27 now. Very powerful athlete. Our tallest and our heaviest. But do not let that deceive you. This guy flies. Very, very strong indeed. Big biceps, big shoulders. Strong frame. Let's see him put it to good use as he moves towards clip number 6.
From Russia. Welcome.
So as he makes clip number 8 there, he's got that tricky move, and we saw Tomilov try and fig 4 this one, but it's definitely a move that you need to try open. Let's have a look at the provisional standings in the men's results. So these are your current finalists. 3 men will climb after Dmitry. So 4 of those guys could be bumped down. Current joint first place is Nikolai Kuzovlev and Noah Bake. Third place is Maxim Tomilov. Fourth place, Nathan Kutcher. Joint 4th place, Young-Yeon Lee. Tapio Alhonsro sits in 6th. Kevin Lindlow in 7th. And Dennis Van Hoek in 8th. As Grebennikov makes clip 9 and makes his way towards clip 10, he'll be bumping Dennis Van Hoek down. And then Lindlow, still to climb, Alexei Dengin, Alexei Tomilov and Reza Safdarian. All 4 guys on great form right now. Safdarian off the back of his gold medal, an iconic occasion last week in Rabenstein. Tomilov off a silver medal last week, Dengin off a gold the week before. These guys are all big hitters. Speaking of which, Grebennikov cuts loose and reaches in for that move at clip number 10. Just shaking out in that position as he reaches into the Stein. Misses it first time, a lot of precision required. Second, and there's the third. Is it third time lucky? No issue though, that bicep just cranking down, using the core to stay tight. Cuts loose and puts the Fig 4 in over that right hand. Grebennikov timing out there. But clip number 11 will definitely be enough to see him through to the finals. Very good composure. And there was time. Awesome work from Grebennikov, Siberian beast. Katerina Vlasova on your screen now at clip number 10 and moving really well. Very solid in that Fig 4 position, over the right hand with the left leg. Vlasova had a brilliant season so far. She's been consistent in making every finals. And as she moves through this steep section now, approaching the horizontal part, we're going to see her getting further and further up the rankings. And despite not being in the steepest section of the wall, you can see that volume really pushing Vlasova back and down, creates the illusion of that steep horizontal section, putting everything onto the arms, really working to tie the core. 2 minutes 24 seconds left. Stanislav Lobzov and Vasily Terekin doing a great job with the setting. Let's look at those standings. So joint 7th place, Mira Alhonso and Marian Filipova, they'll be bumped out by Katerina Vlasova on your screen. 6th place, Annie Bertling will sit in the danger zone. Inika Rehbergen in 5th. Nadia Galyamova in 4th. Masha Edler in 3rd. Won Shin in 2nd and Ima Matswigan in 1st. In fact, no, it's not the danger zone. Any Bertling is in. I'm almost certain now, because Maria Tolokanina can only bump Bertling down to 8th. Vlasova inching her way to the finals. Big reach over with that right hand for the clip. And there it is at number 13. Over a minute remains as Vlasova approaches that top position. Reaches out, oh, pops off with the right.
来自俄罗斯的选手 Alexei from Russia.
45 seconds on the clock for Ekaterina Vlasova of Russia. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Gets the placement. 38 seconds now. She needs to get that Fig 9 in. She needs to clip. Oh, no, she's popped. Oh, Vlasova so close to a top. She has qualified. But if it goes to a count back in the finals, then it's going to be terribly close, and that will not see her in first place. She'll be in 3rd, I believe, because her left tool did leave. We'll have to see if the judges put her ahead or behind Masha Edler. Alexei Dengin on the screen now. Gold medalist in Sazfe. That was his 2nd gold medal. He took a gold in Durango the previous year. Just struggling with that move with the right hand. Big lock into the Fig 4, gets the Stein. Dengin starting to find his pace now. Very much a signature style. Trains in Moscow. Trains at the same facility as Vlasova and also Pasha Dobrinsky, who's out due to injury this year. As I mentioned earlier, he coaches and climbs with Maria Edler. .007, Alexei Dengin. Moving up towards clip number 7. Dengin reaches up for clip 8. Now he's in the Fig 4 position, and we've seen several athletes try it as a Fig 4 and it hasn't worked. Let's see if he sticks with that beater or he opts to try something differently. Yeah, he's going to swing. High grip with the left hand. Big swing with the right. Hits it first time. Look at that. Awesome precision from Alexei Dengin. There's a reason this guy's got 2 gold medals to his name. Gets the placement on the right-hand side this time of that hold. We've seen a few athletes take it in different places. Needs this clip. and needs to take this next hold. There we go. 2 minutes 27 seconds left for Dengin. So as he approaches clip 10, that is going to start to change things in the provisional rankings. Kevin Lindlow's sitting so dangerously there in that 8th position. With that clip and this next move, I'm pretty sure Dengin's going to knock him out, which is such a shame, but that is the way these things go. Awesome performance nonetheless from the American. Really good work. .142 on the clock. Easy. Easy work for Dengin. Cuts loose, kicks in hard. Dengin now with 50 seconds on the clock, approaching the high point that Kuzovlev and Noah Bake have set. 43 seconds remaining. He's going to make that clip. So, is he going to tie with Noah Bake and Nikolai Kuzovlev, or is he going to go ahead of them? This next move will decide it. It's a very tricky position. Hits it with the right hand. Kicks in really hard with those feet. Awesome. Oh, he's held this as well. Look at that. Alexei Dengin climbs his way into first position, cuts loose, but still manages to hold it. Incredible shoulder stability there. Most people would have dislocated it there. Not Dengin. Go on, my son. Climbing his way to clip number 14. And there's only one more clip to the top. He's going to time out, but that is an awesome effort from the Russian, and he climbs his way into first place. Bib number 7, Alexei Dengin. Awesome work. He'll be happy with that. Although knowing Dengin, he's probably disappointed that he didn't top. Nevertheless, awesome effort as he climbs into that first position. We're going to go across to the ladies' competition any second. We'll catch up with our final athlete of the competition. There she is, high up in the route. It's the pint-sized Russian rocket, Maria Tolokonina. She's had to settle with 2 third places in the past 2 competitions in Sasfe and Rabenstein. If you are just joining us, you're watching the last athlete in the women's semi-final. We still have 2 more men to climb here in the 2018 UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup. Wherever you are in the world, maybe you are here in Hohhot, or maybe you're with Megan Betsy and tuning in from San Francisco. Wherever it is, we hope you're having a great time and enjoying the broadcast. You can join us in the conversation using the hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing. You can also get in touch with me directly using Instagram or Facebook using @Liam Lonsdale. It's always great to hear from you guys. Maybe you've got questions, maybe you've got shout-outs. We do have slightly limited access to those social feeds while we're here in China, but rest assured we will update them when we can, and we'll get back to you when we can as well. Tolokonina now at clip 11 in the steep section of the route. Into the Fig 9. Tolokonina got so much time to play with here. She can just work it out and rest. And you can really see the difference in body size and shape Vlasova, much taller than Tolokanina, able to do this move almost statically. Tolokanina having to do a dynamic throw off the Fig 4. Just crazy movement. But she's got more titles to her name than anybody else. So she knows she can just hang on there and keep moving. Into that Fig 4 with the left leg, hits it with the right, but just short. There it is. Multiple attempts at that move, but finally hits it. Very tenacious. Excellent determination. And it's going to be a tricky clip reaching across her body. But it's there. Clip number 12. Tolokanina is our last athlete. And she has now climbed to a high point. So she will knock out Mira Alhonswo of Finland. But Annie Bertling will stay, as will Ineke Rehbergen for her first ever World Cup finals. Nadia Galyamova will stay. Katarina Vlasova, Masha Edler, Wunsion Shin and Ima McSwiggan will also stay. And now Maria Tolokanina is just climbing to find out which position she will place for the finals tomorrow. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow. We'll be live at 9:30 local time. That's 8 hours ahead of GMT, 16 hours ahead of West Coast America. Into the Stein with the right hand.
Male competitor Alexei representing Russia.
It's another great clip from Tolokanina with 22 seconds left on the clock. Is she going to have enough time to top? Hits it with the right hand into the Fig 9. Watch how efficient she is. Look at that. Unbelievable efficiency. Swings the clip. Oh, she can't quite get the rope through. Come on. Makes the clip. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, Maria Tolokanina is just in a class of her own. Such composure and such strength. With the dying seconds, no panic, just routine. She trains every single day. Like a pro, she is a pro. And it's moments like that that it pays off. Such composure, takes the rope in her left hand, makes the clip as it swings back, and matches. 2 seconds to go. No problem.
是的，男子线路还有最后2位选手，世界排名第1和世界排名第2的来自伊朗和俄罗斯的2位选手。
是的，2位选手加油！
也就是2兄弟的那位哥哥正在线路上进行攀登。
是的，弟弟呢是托米洛夫、马克西姆，那么在今天呢是第13位出场，哥哥的成绩会更好一些啊。那么是阿里克谢、马克西姆。
Tomilov there at clip number 3. Just looking to work out this next move. Stumped a lot of athletes today. Tomilov looking for a place in the finals here after his second place in Rabenstein last week. He'll be climbing to knock out Tapio Alhonswo. Mira Alhonswo sadly knocked out by Masha Tolokanina in the last attempt. Both husband and wife could be sitting in that horrible 9th position today. Joint 5th place for Gorobenikov, Lee and Kutcher. Whether they're in the finals or not will be decided by our final climber, who is after Tomilov. It will be Mohammad Reza Safdarian. Maxim Tomilov sits in a finals position, as does Noah Bake, as does Nikolai Kuzovlev, as does first place qualifier so far, who we just saw, Alexei Dengin. Alexei Tomilov now at clip number 6. Into that golf ball. Looking really smooth in the lower part of this route.
还剩下3分钟，你现在爬到的是还在第7把快挂没挂入，这个后面的话难度就很大了啊。我们的整个线路，男子线路有15把快挂，对呀，30多号支点，所以按照这个节奏，我觉得就是爬到一半的时候，您最起码应该在第8把甚至第9把快挂啊。那么现在最好的成绩就是第13把快挂，挂进第30号支点。好的，那我们来继续来看一下阿里克谢。
Alexei Tomilov now at clip number 8 in that fig 4 position. If he sticks this, he'll be the first person to do so. And he does, look at that. Awesome wingspan. Brilliant work from Tomilov. Reaches up off that left fig 4 into the right hand. 2 minutes on the clock. Makes clip number 9. Into this backhand on the underside of the blue volume. Big move. But again, staying composed. As he kicks in and reaches up with the left. Easy work. Tomilov into the fig 9 with the left leg and the left hand. Solid clip off number 10. And with the next 2 moves, will knock out Tapio Alhonso.
只爬速度的运动员，说咱们目前这块冰壁非常好，因为上一站在意大利，看到当时是一个像冰柱一样，运动员在一个柱子的左侧和右侧攀爬，然后交换。
Reaching over.
决赛阶段可能有3个运动员，因为
makes that move really solid at clip 10. Heading towards clip 11, and he's almost fully inverted now.
他们就很兴奋，因为这个就可以让他们爬得很快的速度。是的。但是我觉得其实这个也是一样了，因为你爬得快，你的对手也
cuts loose, hangs off that one arm, matches him with the right hand.
对我们观众来讲就很好。下午的速度赛，我们可以期待是一个非常激烈的比拼啊。好，来看一下。
18 seconds left. It's not going to be enough time to get him into a top 3 position, but it is enough time to see him through to the finals as he makes clip number 12. So that's Alexei Tomilov's attempt over. As I said, he will be through to the finals tomorrow. We'll be live with the finals tomorrow at 9:30 AM local time. Let's see how he got there. Big pop with that right hand, such good composure. That was the end of his attempt anyways, he timed out.
男子的难度半决赛，接下来将要迎接出最后一位出场的运动员。那么同样呢，也就是说，在前一轮预赛成绩排名第1的选手。
So there's another look at that structure here in Hohhot. The speed semi-finals and qualifiers. In fact, the speed qualifiers will take place today. Semi-finals and finals tomorrow on that wall in the centre at the back of the structure. Finals will be live here tomorrow from 9:30 AM local time on this pretty impressive arch. Speaking of pretty impressive, Mohammad Reza Sefdarian on the screen now in that lemon-coloured jacket. Last year, he was always a contender for finals, but was inconsistent. What a difference 1 year can make. Mohammad Reza Sefdarian, after a solid 12 months of training, comes back and in his first competition takes a bronze, and his second competition of the season takes a gold. The first of both for any Iranian climber in a ice climbing event. The only other Iranians to medal in climbing events World Cups are Reza Alipur Shena, the speed climber who competes on the IFSC circuit. Sefdarian paving the way for a lot of other Iranian athletes with his gold and bronze so far this season. Qualified first yesterday here, so he's definitely still on form. 25-year-old firefighter will be looking to make his third consecutive finals of the season. Sharp exhale of breath and a quick shrug of the shoulders as he places his tools and kicks in for this semi-finals route. So Reza Sefdarian moving through these low moves at clip number 3. Opting to use the hand as we saw Tarasov. Now hopefully he won't keep it like that. Sefdarian needs to switch that tool to an undercut. Or he doesn't. Look at that lock strength. I'm sorry, but did anybody else just see that? That was phenomenal. Not a single athlete has been able to do that move with the axe over the hold. They've all had to go as an undercut. Mohammad Reza Sefdarian just took the axe in the highest grip that he could, locked it down past the hip to then reach up with the right hand. That was absolutely phenomenal. This guy is in a league of his own this season. He's so composed and climbs like he's got 10 years under his belt. It was only 6 years ago that we had an Iranian climber in a competition full stop. Mohammad Reza Sefdarian has rocketed to this level, and it's just literally quite dumbfounding how good he actually is. Let's see what happens now as he moves up between clips 5 and 6 on the right hand of this volume. Five minutes and 12 seconds on the clock for Sefdarian as he breezes through these moves. Reaches over with the left hand to the golf ball. Places it on the top of the golf ball as opposed to a hook. There it drops into that hook position you see. Matches into the high grip with the right hand. Really smooth into the Stein with the left.
现在我们看到时间刚刚过去3分钟多一点，那么现在呢，我们看到他已经爬到了第7把快挂。
That's clip 7.
快挂的整长这条线路啊，看一下他能否完成。
Easily locks that left hand down up towards clip 8. Just no moves on this causing him in any trouble at all so far. Deep fig 4 to reach up with the right hand. Big reach with the right now into this backhand. Generates the swing. You look at his hips there, using the feet to rotate the hips left and right. Generate that momentum to hit the swing, no problem at all.
好的，限度用时刚刚过了一半，来自伊朗的冠军，现在正在他的限度上向上进发。现在已经在
Easily up with the right hand as he goes towards clip number 9. So as he's edging towards that clip, let's have a quick look at the rankings. Grubenikov, Lee and Kutcher all making clip 10 and getting close. I can't actually remember if they clipped number 11 or not. I'll have to check the results. But what we'll have to see is with all athletes tied in that position, whether they end up taking 9 athletes through to the finals.
我们非常希望有选手能够在男子半决赛线路上成功登顶，我们来期待一下，是否会是这位运动员。
Mohammad Reza Safdarian now at clip number 10. If he makes the next 2 moves, we'll be ahead of Grubenikov, Lee and Kutcher. As I've said before, these results are provisional. So whatever happens with these results, what I'm saying, we have to wait for the judges to sign off on them before they're confirmed. 2 minutes and 14 seconds left on the clock for Mohammad Reza Safdarian. Easily into that fig 9 over the left hand. Seemingly effortless for the Iranian. Into clip number 12. There it is.
那么我们今天的上午最后一个比赛，最后一条线路，最后一位出场的选手，现在我们看到他还有不到2分钟的时间。
Looks to the clock, takes a shake, and then moves into that undercut. Has the head of the axe on there. Good Stein. The setter's really forcing the climbers to move in 3 dimensions here, moving up and down and left and right. Especially in this steep terrain, it's really easy to get disorientated. Big reach with the right hand. 1 minute 7 seconds now. Into the fig 9. The top on that hanging beam pentagon shape there will be his top if he can get there. I don't think he's going to have enough time with 45 seconds on the clock. But he is going to have enough time to take the next hold, which will put him ahead of Noah Bake and Nikolai Kuzovlev. Oh, he's dropped his tool! What a mistake! And that is a rookie error from Mohammad Reza Safdarian. You cannot drop your tool in that terrain. Of course, your attempt is over as soon as the tool leaves the structure.
那么今天上午男子以及女子难度的半决赛到此全部结束。现场的各位再次通知一下，下午的3点一定要回到我们的比赛的现场，因为下午有更加激烈的攀冰速度赛的比拼。
So let's have a look at Mohammad Reza Safdarian's run again. He was, of course, our last athlete today in this men's and women's league semi-final. That move, unbelievable lock strength. Just so good. So good. And here, of course, watch that right hand. Oh, Dreza, you muppet. Can't believe that happened. He thought the tool was locked in, but it wasn't. He's just watching now to find out what the judges have decided. It looks like there might be some other discussion going on now, but I'm not quite sure. We'll find out with any information as soon as we can.
是的，现场的各位，谢谢大家从昨天到今天上午一直的陪伴。那么我们下午3点再见。
Of course, that is the last athlete. We'll have some provisional rankings on the screen for you, but do not take those as a given. If you want to stay in touch with the live results, then you can find that on the UIAA website. Live results are updated on a very regular basis. You'll be able to see who qualified where and who didn't qualify. Let's take a quick look at the provisional men's results as it stands. Safdarian's result is not in there, okay? So all those things could change because of this discussion that's happening. We're not quite sure what's going on. So these are the provisional men's results without Safdarian. Nathan Kutcher, Youngyeon Lee and Dmitry Grebennikov sit in 6th, 7th and 8th. Maxim Tomilov and Alexei Tomilov 5th and 4th. Nikolai Kuzovlev in 3rd, Noah Bacon 2nd and Dengin in 1st. As I've said, Safdarian will be inserted into those results somewhere. Not entirely sure where yet. There's the bottom 9. Or rather bottom 8. Tapio Alhonswo, Kevin Lindley, Dennis Hook, Yutaka Shimada, Masato Nakajima, Gordon MacArthur, Aaron Montgomery and Sergei Tarasov. Awesome work and a special mention to Tapio and Kevin, the Finnish and American athletes. Brilliant, brilliant efforts from both of those climbers, both in their first semi-finals. And then David Buffard making up the 17th position, of course. He will move down one place behind Mohammad Reza Safdarian. We wait for that result to be confirmed. Let's take a look at the ladies' results. The ladies' top 8, and this is as close to being confirmed as it can be. Annie Bertling of Finland makes her first finals of the season. Innika Raybergen makes her first finals ever. Amazing work for Team Blueberry representative Canada there. Nadezhda Galyamova and Maria Edler of Russia in 6th and 5th. Katerina Vlasova in 4th. Maria Tolokanina in 3rd. Ima Mitswigan in 2nd and Munsion Shin in 1st. The bottom 8, Marian Filipova, Mira Alhonswo, Olga Kozek, Anastasia Zazdravnik, Mariana Steen, Katerina Kosheva, Rebecca Lewis and Zora Abdolakhani making up that middle 8. And then, of course, the bottom 2 athletes in the standings for this semi-finals were Elena Kochegarova and Kendra Stritch, the USA. It was a stunning semi-finals, brilliant setting, challenging conditions with the temperatures, and very strong performances from a whole host of athletes from a whole host of nations. That's all for the semi-finals here in Hohhot in China. My name's Liam Lonsdale. It's been my pleasure having you on board today. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow morning for the lead finals and in the afternoon for the speed finals. We'll be live first at 9:30 a.m. local time. Until then, have a wonderful morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are in the world. Goodbye.